We are live.
We are live, are we?
Who are we waiting on? We've got 2 minutes, whoever they are. Let me guess, Jake the Slayer. Yeah, it was a good guess. And we're also waiting on a Haas driver. Someone has just joined. Let me check who that is. That is Nolsey. There we go. So yeah, we're just waiting on Jake. Yeah, Nolsey, of course, has swapped leagues with Marvsky. So they've swapped over. Nolsey's now up to Premier League, and then Marvsky's gone down to the Championship, as you saw last night. He didn't even get to turn one in his full-time debut, did he? But and then also tonight, Beefy has unfortunately had to drop out of this league, and he is also going to be racing again now on the Thursday, so at least you'll still get to see him race. And then that seat is vacant at the moment. Groove Ninja's racing in it tonight in the Red Bull. He's reserving. Other reserves have got Farad in the Alfa Romeo, reserving for Cowie, and then we've also got Page in the McLaren, reserving today, racing a few leagues up. And that's a grid for tonight. We'll just wait for Jake the Slayer. If it doesn't turn up in the next minute, we get someone else in.
He knows the times, he knows it. Come on. Come on, Slayer.
Wonder if Vintage has got on standby. And we'll get them in if he doesn't turn up in the next minute.
He's been practicing for hours this track, Slayer. Days. Nunda's on standby.
No, not having that. His laggy internet will take people out.
Yeah, of course.
It's not. Jake says he's on his way. Jake is in at 25 exactly.
Hey.
Let's get this thing started.
Let's go, everyone. Ready up.
Yeah, of course, last night. Oh, it's the first time streaming on a Friday actually saying I had a decent result the night before instead of talking about how I cocked it up yet again or something. But yeah, happened my P3 yesterday from the back. Just discussing with Justin whether he's going to start from the back today or not. But yeah, he's going to. Depends on what the conditions are going to be, doesn't it? Because if it's a wet race, you've got to qualify because you're going to start as far forward as you can. I think we showed yesterday. You know, Dan Murphy was a couple of cars behind me, a couple of seconds a lap quicker, just couldn't get past. So yeah, if it's a wet race, you definitely want to qualify and try and get as high up the grid as you can. Come start at the back with me, just Paige is saying to Justin. Sure, he's up for that. Good luck, everyone. Evening, Jeff the Slayer. Evening, Groove Ninja. Hopefully he takes this reserve opportunity a bit more carefully than he did the last one. Evening, J Marts. Good luck for Sunday to J Marts. Might try my strategy, Jake is saying. Yeah, well, it worked for me. Even Argentina. Yeah, Argentina. Unfortunately for him, is Justin's teammate in the Aston Martin.
Yes, mate. Unlucky.
Is it raining? It's not, but the clouds are quite dark, aren't they? Quite dark. Dark skies, aren't they? They won't be able to see yet because they're not quite in the lobby. But very cloudy for us. So whilst we're waiting for this little glitch that we normally have, the 40-50 second glitch, have a look through the standings. Menace Max is the one who leads with 86 points. Irish Potatoes in second with 64. So it's 22 points in the lead at Menace Max is now. He's really pulling out a little bit, isn't he? After a great race in Australia. Tango's in third with 59, and then the McLaren boys, Tommy and Plotters with 54. It's incredibly close. Equos is in sixth.
Oh, no.
What's that?
It's a wet kind of dry race. It's going to be a rain. It's going to be rain at the end, I think.
Interesting race it sounds like then in terms of conditions. So yeah, Equals 6th, Cowie 7th in the standings. Neither racing tonight though. 35 points for Tree Slayer in 8th. And there's a gap to 18 where McKenty is in 9th. And Bradfield somehow's in the top half with 16 points. And towards the bottom, Farf's got 6, Sweet MJP's got 6, and then Argentina and Jake the Slayer are bottom with 2. Yeah, Mercedes and McLaren are the top 2 in the constructors, so yeah, they're doing quite well at the moment, aren't they? But yeah, still wait for first cars to go out on the track. I think we are seeing a couple about to go out into the pit lane. And this is Bradfield's 94th race with us tonight, so number 94 is up. It's a good achievement that is. Jake the Slayer's on 60 now.
F2 race as well.
Count you what?
F2 races as well I've done.
Could do. But it's race number 47 for Theo tonight, and he's still the only one in the league without a podium in the league. So there's Liam that went out first. Good to see Liam reserving for us in the Red Bull as well. I think I missed him out when I was looking for the reserves in the lobby. It dries up after 45. Rain in 30 minutes into the race, which is like at the end. Then it dries up after 45 minutes. So it's going to start raining possibly around. This is a 36 lap race, so we're expecting it to rain possibly about lap 20 odd. And then it might stop before the end. But you never know with this. Could be earlier, could be later. Depends on safety cars as well. But Liam is first out in the Red Bull. Yeah, obviously Plotter's not racing tonight, of course. Yeah, he's the other one not racing. There's 3 towards the top that aren't. Page, his partner, and Tommy in the McLaren tonight. Liam then. Steep bank. Onto the lap. DRS is activated along a straight. The long straight is the only real opportunity to overtake, isn't it? It was really difficult even yesterday in the rain. Through turn 1 and 2 and 3, his teammates getting out of the way, and it's really steep bank. Does he go high? No, he doesn't go high at all, like we saw in F1 a couple of weeks ago, and we're going a lot higher than that. And again, sector 1, very gutsy to make any sort of overtaking move here. Turns in early through the curve, so some people go a lot wider and clip that curve a bit. Avoids doing a Latifi there, turns in nicely, does Liam. And you want to turn a little bit closer to that curve then, so you've gone a little bit wide, but lost a tenth or so, but it's not too bad. You clip that curve on the inside here, you're going to go spinning around the other DRS zone on the track. He's now in. Possibly a move on down here, but it's got to be one of the shortest DRS zones on the calendar there. Liam takes that curve nicely, getting a little bit wide, but still manages to avoid the curve, and then coming on to the straight. Oh, he takes a lot of the curve there as well, which normally I wouldn't. But it's going to tidy that from Liam. Good to see him back racing with us. He's about to cross the line, going to set the benchmark at a 1:11.3, and he is someone that likes to do multiple runs. Tree Slayer's going to be next, so I think he might be quicker, and he is 1:11.0, only just quicker. Groove Ninja's now on his out. I think we've got a Ferrari as well as Starburst. He's just invalidated. Starburst is just invalidated. Went 4 wheels wide. I'm not too sure he did, but the game said he did. Bradfield. I think Bradfield's going to qualify, you know. He's about to cross the line, and if he wants to qualify well, he's going to have to set a lot quicker time than that. Mercedes up next. Is it Tango? Is it Max? It's Max, and he goes up to P2 with 1:11.1. Good times in the top 3 so far. We'll definitely see him in the 110s very soon. Next up is Tango then. DRS is open. Crosses the line. 1:11.0. There we go, just had a Tree Slayer. Still not quite in the 110s, but it's a decent enough time, and that'll get him through, that's for sure. Irish New Potato goes up to P1, and there's the 110s. 1:10.7 from Irish New Potato. That's a brilliant time there from him. That'll safely see him through. No, Liam's not going again. I think he might have saved up. He might be going for another run here, or he might come into the pits and prove me wrong. Yep, he's going to come into pits. Tree Slayer's next. He normally does a practice race running Q1. That's what he's going to do now. Groove Ninja down in 13th. He's going to start finish his lap now. Crosses the line. 1:11.5 for Groove Ninja. Bradfield's up through the final corner. Got McLaren first. That's Tommy just to start his lap. But then got Starburst going again. We'll see his time in front of Bradfield, and he goes up to 6th for 1:11.4. Bradfield's going to improve here and goes up to 7th for 1:11.4 also. But he is the second slowest out of all the cars that have set a time so far. So work to do for Bradfield. Struggle is the word that we usually hear from him. Irish new potato, I think, might just be cruising about now. Yeah, he looks safely through, doesn't he? Tree Slayer further back, he's going for another run. Oh, he's sliding a little bit there. It's an easy place to slide and lose it, especially if we're going to get some rain later on in the race as well in the evening. Groove Ninja just getting out of the way. He needs to improve on that time, really. It's not quite going to be quick enough to get him through. Young Tommy's on a time though, just behind him. Bottom 12 all either on the out laps or in the pits at the moment, so can steer clear of them for now. And yeah, I think Tommy Felici's might have made a mistake somewhere. Not too sure, but the time, I think, looking a bit slow. Is he going to come in the pits? No, he's not coming in the pits, but he might have made a mistake somewhere or just backed off. Yeah, he's a couple of seconds off the mark. Got Ferrari next. That is Starbus just coming into the pits. Potstars further back on the lap. Bradfield's going slowly, not sure he's run out of fuel or what, but he's going to be cruising into the pits. Red Bull behind the Groove Ninja, just done a saving up lap, I think, unless he's had a spin somewhere because his ERS is low, unless he's forgotten to turn his hot lap off. Got Mercedes going again, it's going to be Menace Max, he's going to cross the line, improve, he goes up to P1 with a 110.7 on his third on these tyres. Tyre wear is not a huge issue around here, as you can probably tell, being a short track as well. Last night I did the race on wet tyres and they weren't even on 40% at the end of the race. It's crazy how the tyre wear was so easy around here, it was unbelievable. Tree Slayer's just going again. Where's Tree Slayer's teammate? Where is his teammate? I can't find it. Spit MGP. He crosses the line and goes up to 5th. He's not picked up too many points lately. And Potstuff goes up to 3rd as well. So good to see. Their quality pace is good. It's got to convert it into some decent points in the race. Groove Ninja. He is up on his times. This will push Bradfield down another place. He's in the pits at the moment. Young Tommy then finally going to set a competitive lap. And it's P7 for Tommy. I expect a little bit better there. I wouldn't say he's safe with that. I think the top 5 are definitely safe. No doubt about that, but I'm not sure about the rest. Groove Ninja's 2.5 temps up low. This is looking good for him. He crosses the line and he goes up to 6th. Splits the Alpha Tower. It's a good time there. Yeah, Tommy and Liam definitely need to improve. Liam is improving on his time. I think Tommy's as well. But out of the 11 cars that set time so far, Bradfield is the slowest. And we've got a Haas going incredibly slowly. Theo's had a huge spin. Theo's had a huge crash. I think he might have lost his front wing. He has. Coming out in the final corner. I suppose he's lucky not to have lost his wheel there. Max now coming into the pits. Yeah, we've got Ferrari. And that is Potstuff. I think just also in that. Oh, 1,000 between Irish and Potstuff on that time as well. It's incredibly close. Red Bull and then 2 Alpha Tauris coming through. If one of them is Liam. Yeah, Liam's invalidated, but he has been saving up, I think, the ERS, and he is going again. Or he might have invalidated the final corner, you know, because he was still pushing on that. It still looked a very decent time. As Tango crashed. Tango's crashed. He's out.
He's out.
Tango's just crashed out. Yeah. I don't think we can see on board with Irish, but we will. But he was safely through, and he's coming around here. He's obviously clipped that inside curb or the outside curb and not been able to recover it. And there he is. His car's an absolute mess on the wall. And that's not the first time he's done that this season either. So Tango, who looked safely through at that time, will be starting down in 15th at best. Big shame for Tango. That could cost him. He needs to get his head together ready for the race now, but he'll be absolutely gutted. I'm sure he'll tell us in the comments soon.
Yeah, he'll be furious, mate.
Still only got 11 cars that have actually set times, but yeah, lots in the pits just saving until the track's in a better condition. Farf is on the first corner. Argentina's in sector 1. We'll watch through with his lap. See what he can do. Yeah, sector 2 is... This little bit is the hardest bit, isn't it? It's so easy to slide in this inside curb. You'll see someone hit that and spin today. I bet you won't now, but usually do. Tiniest straight possible. You've got to get such a good exit to try and get an overtake done there, and then have to be on the brakes as well in the braking zone. Straightens up nicely there, Argentina. He really could do some decent points today, Argentina, just to push him up. Mind you, anyone could. Jake the Slayer, one of them as well. Be even good if Bradfield could. It's sitting in the top half, but it's so close. Argentina crosses the line. He is down at 11th, so he's 3 temps off Bradfield. The Aston Martin drivers really are struggling at the moment. Farf's going to be next. He crosses the line. He's up to P8 of 111.2, just between Tommy and Liam incredibly close between them. That's going to be Mackenzie now starting that. Knowlesy's on a lap in Sector 1. Dylan's in Sector 2, down in P20 at the moment. Dylan picked up some points last week, didn't he? Some needed points as well. He's still in the bottom half of the standings, which is surprising for him, you've got to say. But he is definitely one that will pick up points sooner rather than later. I can promise you that. The Alfa Romeo in front. Well, that's just Farad on out lap. Oh, it's a bit of an end plate there on the side of the plate, side of the track. Not quite sure who that's from. Looks like a Red Bull one. Dylan goes up to P5, 1:11.0, and Liam does a 1:10.7. Look how close that is between the top four now. But Liam looks safety through with that. That's a really good time there from Liam. Dipped it in the gravel, saying, and rear end loses grip around that corner. Yeah, was he talking about Tango? I'm not too sure, but yeah, there's so many places where he can lose it. Knowlesy's only done a 1:12.3, but I'm sure he'll be going again to improve that. Paige only done a 1:13.7. Surely she's got more time than that in the bag. I think she's up on her time as well. And we've just seen McKenty split the Aston Martin team, so McKenty is not safe for that time. Don't forget they're actually all down a place on that. So Bradfield's 13th, McKenty 14th, Argentina 15th, because Tango is actually up in P7 at the moment, but he's just thrown his car down there because this game's stupid. Who's slipstreaming there? That Irish new potato and Farf, yeah it is. He's just giving Farf a slipstream to start his lap. Very good teamwork from them both there. Back on board with Knowlesy then. He's now coming out of Sector 2 and he's a 10th up. He's going to need to find more time in that. He must have lost his time in the final sector last time round. Yeah. And Page has a 1:12.4. There we go. That's much more competitive from Page. Farhan's done a lap, but it's only a slow lap. He's definitely more pace than that. Theo's back across the line. Theo's up to P6. That's a good time there from Theo. Jake to say anyone not to set a time yet, but no huge surprises so far. You definitely think Knowlesy's got more time. However, he has aborted and come into the pits, so he's going to come in and do one more changeover for one more run. You'd have to think. So at the moment, we have lost Tango. Will be 15th. Argentina, Knowlesy, Page, Farhad, and Jake the ones going out, with McKenty, Bradfield, and Starbus the ones. Those times that probably aren't good enough. They're all definitely going to have to go out and improve by a couple of attempts at least. But yeah, I think top 9 are safe. Not sure Tommy and Farf are.
Quality's not my thing anymore.
Talking of Farf, he's just always lucky. He's spun coming out the final corner. His front wing must have completely gone. His rear then hit into the wall, and his car just facing the right way, and it's still running. It's a lucky boy there, Farf. He's kept most of his front wing as well in that by some miracle. McKenty's on a lap. I'm not too sure. This is a fast lap from him. Doesn't look it. Yeah, bottom 4 in the pits now, so Farhad I think's just started a lap. And Farhad's improved. He did a 1:11.6, so he's really close between him and his teammate now. But yeah, Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin, they all look in a bit of trouble at the moment, don't they? Jacob Slayer still sat in the pits. Is that him now coming down the pits? Yes, it is. It weren't actually, but he's now coming out of the garage. Page, qualifying Jacob Slayer. Oh, out qualifying, I think. He means.
Oh, come on, get me out of the
garage.
Save you
that, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a bit of a low point now, isn't it? Really, got Tommy out in the lap, so we'll watch Tommy. Have a look at the overhead view. Yeah, McLaren has been really consistent the last couple of weeks. Joint constructors as well, they're pushing up in that. But yeah, Tommy and Plotters have been an absolutely fantastic team, and I think Tommy had a little moment there, but managed to correct it. So yeah, Tommy's definitely in. Yeah, he's not safe. I wouldn't say he's safe. He might be, but he's out on the track because he knows he needs to improve that time. At least he thinks he does anyway. I think he does too, because some of the drivers behind have definitely got more pace than the times they got at the moment. He's not even a 10th up as he comes out of Sector 2, so he might not actually gain any places there. He needs a good 10th at least or so in Sector 3. He might get a bit of a slipstream here as well off Jake the Slayer down the straight, so that might help him. I might drag him a 10th or two because they're quite close. Yeah, that's going to help him, only just, but we'll gain a little bit. And he does got to P6. There we go, gain 2.5 attempts in that final sector. And I do think some of that was from the toe he got from Jake the Slayer. Talking to Jake the Slayer, he's now on a lap. I think he's the only car on a competitive lap at the moment. So we'll go on board and watch that. Yeah, Jake the Slayer, 7 podiums. He's out of us. This is his 61st appearance. He's never won a race. He's never been on pole, and he's bottom of the standings at the moment, isn't he? So, not I don't just mean in list, but he's bottom of the standings in terms of the actual standings for the season, with just 2 points this season. So he needs to find it somewhere, doesn't he? Otherwise, he could start to be in a bit of trouble. But it's a long season, as we know. Yeah, such a shame for Tango after that crash. Still, he definitely needs some points to try and keep up with his teammate, because he's fallen behind Irish Potato now. He's over a race win behind. If Max gets another win today and Tango can only recover to some points, you know, it's then close to 50 points, which can all be made up in 2 races, but it's so consistent, Max, it's hard to catch up. Anyway, Jake the Slayer is back across the line, and it's 12th for him. It's a 1:11.3, and I don't think that's safe. He might be going straight again for back-to-back laps, and now the track is absolutely jam-packed. Only a few cars in the pits. Starbust is on a lap, Bradfield's on a lap. Bradfield's in sector 3, he's 2.5 temps up. He's a bit wide, but he's okay. He managed to survive it there. Yeah, he went a bit wide into that final turn. Would have lost a tenth or two, as we've just seen. Not quite sure what we've just seen, but Bradfield across the line, he's up to P10. That's a better time. I think the track is getting a lot quicker as well. Starbust just behind. Sweet MJP crashed. Sweet MJP's crashed. Starbust in 13th. He's gone up to P6. Great lap there for him. We're going ball with Jake the Slayer, and that's a strange place to lose it. That's a really strange place to lose it for Sweet MJP. I suppose he lost it, tried to save it, and then hit the wall, but it's a slow corner. I said you can spin there. I didn't think that was going to happen, though. So, yeah, a bit of a surprise there, but the track is ramping up. Tango and Sweet MJP, they'll probably be through with their times. They'll both be 14th and 15th by the looks of it so far. And who is that going off? That's Argentina. Well, that is getting out of the way, isn't it? Dylan's retired, so Dylan thinks he's safe. He's sat in the pits at the moment. Farmad on an outlap definitely isn't safe. Jake the Slayer's coming into the pits, so I think that might be Jake Dunn. He's down in 15th, Jake is, because the 2 crashes below, so he could be out, I think. I'm not quite sure what the time is. We're getting a constant yellow flag at the moment. Fast on that. Mackenzie and Farmad are both now on laps as well. Mackenzie's now come out the final corner. He's 4.5 temps up. We got the checker flag almost. Obviously, we've got 30 odd seconds still because of the glitch, but Mackenzie's up to 6th. Jake the Slayer's out. Argentina's out. It's all on Farmad and Knowlesy now. And Knowlesy is the car further ahead, so we're going to watch Knowlesy. He's 4 temps up. He needs to find more than that, though. He needs to try and beat a 1:11.2. It's the time of Farf. That's in the way. Someone tries to put Bradfield off, but Bradfield did go up to P9, so he's going to be safe. Knowlesy's back across the line. Knowlesy is not safe. Knowlesy's out. He couldn't find the time at all. He's down in 19th, Knowlesy. 1:11.8. So it's between Farad and Farflen. It could be Groove and Indra if they both manage to improve. Oh no, it'd be Sweet MJP actually, because his time is slower. I think that's Farf going slowly, yeah. So it is all on Farad now. Can Farad knock Farf out? It's about to cross the line, the Alfa Romeo. Yes, he can. So Farf is out. Jake the Slayer in 17th. Argentina 18th. Knowlesy 19th. Big surprise. And then Page will be down starting in last. It's good lap there from Farad in the end. And yeah, it was 1:11.1s were needed to get through. So it did ramp up towards the end. But again, the original prediction was right. Evening to Max. Evening to Sloth. Evening Kieran. Had to do something to join late. Can't believe I'm out. I just couldn't find the time. Well, yeah. You're busy doing something else. It's not going to help you if you only get 1 attempt here. I mean,
That's it.
I think it'll be good enough here. And Jake the Slayer starts water back again. He's looking one of the favourites for relegation, isn't he? Yeah, Jake the Slayer and Argentina only 2 points. Are both out in Q1. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Knowles. I don't think he couldn't find the pace or what, but and then Farf out as well. So look at the cars that have gone out there. It's crazy. Those 4 so quick.
Do you know? I'd like to be on 11th on the hards if it's going to rain.
Well, you don't want to put hards on here. Mediums can do nearly the whole race.
Okay, I suppose.
Mediums can do pretty much the whole race.
Depends if we get a lot of safety cars.
Yeah, you don't put hards on. You don't start on hards. I mean, maybe Knowlesy might, or a couple right towards the back, because obviously they're so far back. But look at it. Look how close it is. I know it's a pretty short track, but the gaps are unbelievable. Look how close they all are.
Yeah.
It's 6 tenths separate the top 17, but it's 3 tenths between the 13. We got less. Yeah, we lost 7 drivers. Of course, Tango and Sweet MJP, their times got through, but their cars didn't. So there'll only be 13 drivers going into Q2. It's a great chance for some people to get through to Q3. And also we got Groove Ninja, the reserve, being one of them that's up there. Farad, another reserve, and the Alfa Romeo, they're both through to Q2. Theo's there too. And Liam, of course, the other reserve, but we know we can expect that sort of time from Liam. We know what he's made of. Just wait for the 10-second countdown. And then we'll get on with Q2. Yeah, race number 25 for Potstuff tonight. So it's quarter of a century for him. So good landmark for him to achieve. He's won 1 race. He's been on that's his only podium as well. And he's been on pole for another race as well. I think that's when he started out. He started out in League 1 at the beginning of last season, didn't he? Exact same stats for Sweet MJP. He's just done a couple of less races. And yeah, I think his win and his pole came from League 1 as well last season. As number 40 for Menace Max. I remember Menace Max, he started off reserving last season, got a full-time seat in League 1 in the end. I think his debut might have been in Belgium last season. But he's been incredible, reserving other leagues as well. He now leads the Premier League standings. Race number 40 for him. 5 wins, 11 podiums and 7 pole positions. Now that is a top driver you got there for Menace Max. Been absolutely incredible. I'm not sure if he's reserving tomorrow or what, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll keep our eyes on that then. Just seeing what tyres they're going to come out on. I presume the ones that are on softs going to do a scrub run. I think everyone will want to start on the mediums if it's going to start raining towards the mid-end part of the race. But we'll watch Farad. He is out on out lap. I think everyone is on the soft so far. That's out on the track. And saving the mediums for later on in the session. Yeah, Farad's done a couple of races reserve, and as you remember, he's in the Aston Martin in the Championship. He's been incredibly quick, but I'm not sure he's done the Premier League too much. He might have had 1 race in the Premier League. Oh, well, he's gone a bit wide there, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's he doing?
That's a horrible corner. Once you lose it, you cannot get it back.
Yeah, his tyres a bit ruined now. They might be old tyres, but it increases the risk of a spin if your tyres are dirty and hot like that. Anyway. Yeah, so this season we've had 9 different drivers on the podium out at least 20, and they're all capable of getting podiums, but so far it's only 9 that managed to get there. 3 for Max and Irish, 2 for Equaz, Tango and Plotters, and then McKenty, Cowie, Treso, Tommy have had 1 each. There's so many top drivers in this league, and after I think 6 races now, this is round 7. Yeah, still a lot haven't got on the podium or even close to it for some of that. 2 wins for Max, 2 wins for Tango, and Irish and Cowie have a win apiece. So only 4 different winners as well. So yeah, it's all about finding the consistency. Doesn't make them the best drivers. So hard to pick out certain drivers saying that they're the best in this league. But as far as started to lose it, I think he is only on old tyres anyway. So not too relevant. That Ferrari made it a bit awkward there for him, didn't it? But this is qualifying. So pole positions, we've had 2 for Tango. I think there's also two sessions where he's crashed out though in the middle of it, including today. Plotters has been on pole once, and he obviously isn't racing tonight. Max has had 2 poles, Treasley has had 1. So the amount of drivers we've got left in Q2, there's only 2 that have had a pole position this season. They are Max and Treasley, so wonder if anyone can put a challenge on them. Was Tommy actually ahead? Yeah, Tommy must have overtaken Farad when I was looking down at my stats board. Dylan's actually in front as well, so watch Dylan. I'm pretty sure they're all scrub runs. I don't really want to be starting on these tyres. It's going to be raining about 15 to 20 laps in. They'll back off now, I should think, if they haven't already. Yeah, they've already backed off. Yeah, they're not times that you'll see get them through.
Liam on the mediums is going for
He is, yeah. And Liam is a 1:11.1. It's a great time on the mediums. Wow. That's a really strong time from Liam. He wants to start on those mediums, doesn't he? Definitely. And that might be enough to get him through, you know. I think Treasley's he's just backing off. He's on a scrub run. Is that Starbus also on a scrub run? Or is he going for this? It's a 1:11.3. It's a good time. I'm not sure he'll be able to improve on that on mediums, you know. Not sure. Interesting one there. Another Ferrari just coming into the pits. Yeah, Irish is on the mediums as well, so watch him. Now, for Irish, you want to watch out how close is this to Liam's time? He's not going to set a time this time around. Well, he will set a time, but it's not going to be a competitive one if he's not using his ERS, so maybe he's gone for an extra lap preparation, or he made a mistake possibly early on and aborted. Here we go to the softs. No one is safe. I don't see why people would go to the softs if it's going to rain half an hour in, because the softs might not last that long. The softs around here I think can do 18 laps at a stretch, but if the rain comes a bit later than that, if it is half hour in would be about lap 20, 21, 22, and that'd be a real struggle to get to on the softs. So I'd definitely go for the mediums. And we've got Hassoff, and as Theo's had another spin. He had a spin in Q1, didn't he? He's obviously struggling. It's that inside curve that he's clipped that we were talking about earlier on. That little inside curve, we're about to see Groove Ninja pass. That little inside curve, clip that, and then you'll end up where Theo did. Groove Ninja's on a time, and he's on the mediums as well, so he definitely wants to commit to them. Is Liam gone again? Yeah, Liam's going for another lap here on the mediums. He thinks he can improve. Maybe doesn't think he's safe on that time. Interesting there from Liam. Starbus obviously in second, he's now coming to the pits. Yeah, Starbus, I'm not quite sure if that's a genuine time or not. Irish is of course going again, and he's going to be next after Groove Ninja. Groove Ninja 1:11.8. I'm not sure that'll be enough to get him through.
It's a good lap from Irish.
We'll see. Irish, it's a good lap, same Bradfield. It crosses the line, and it is a good lap on the medium. Just an incredible lap for the mediums in the 110s. The medium tyres for some of these guys incredible. We see even quicker tomorrow come the Champions League, but that is still a fantastic lap there. Groove Ninja's going slowly. Oh, he's got to be careful. Get out of the way of Irish. Well, he's only on in lap anyway, but yeah, dilly-dallying about a little bit there. Irish, New Potato, and Liam. See, Liam is going for another lap. Yeah, he's up here as well. Can he get close to Irish? Can he get close to him? He's ahead of him. That's a third lap on those medium tyres, so he wouldn't want to kill much more at those tyres. They're probably only on about 5%, so it's not too much. Because the tyre around here is not bad at all. Short track. But yeah, those top two, I think they're through on those mediums. They're both looking very good. We've got Ferrari as pot stuff now going for a lap on the softs. Got Williams coming up the pits, and must be Dylan because the other Williams isn't in this session. Mingy Mangy asking what his stats are. That's McKenty. Oh, that's why. He said who it is. I'm glad he said who it is. I wouldn't have had a clue. He's stealing his job. Yeah, well, Luke, your also job is to put the bloody stream link in the Twitter page. You've not done that the last 2 nights, so I don't blame him for taking your job over. Pot stuff on the soft end. Again, I don't know if this is going to be a scrub run or not. He's using the ERS, so then you see people do that for a practice hot lap and then back off towards the end, but we'll see. He might genuinely want to start on the softs. He usually does, but I wonder if the weather forecast will change his usual strategy. Oh, he didn't want to be sliding too much there. He hit a bit too much of that curb, took too much pace into the corner. We've got more cars now starting their laps. McLaren, there's going to be Tommy as well starting a lap too. So in the last 2 minutes, everyone's come out the pits, haven't they? Pot stuff there on these soft tyres. It's looking like it's going to be a good time, you know, and he is. It's a 1:10.6. That'll get him through. He's still going to start on the softs as he typically does. Dylan's about to start a lap as well. We've got Mercedes. That's Menace Max on the mediums. What can he do? It's a 1:11.1, so he's a couple of attempts off Liam and Irish. That might be the difference, you know. Tommy's made a mistake or backed off early on in his lap. I'm not quite sure what's gone on there for Tommy. He's got to get out of the way, and he does nicely. Theo's about to start a lap coming out the final corner. The next one's going to be Groove Ninja. Groove Ninja's 2.5 attempts up on his time. He might need a bit more than that, though. He wants to get close to that max time, really, if he's got any real chance, and he gains 2.5 attempts. So, yeah, Groove Ninja's going to struggle to get through with that. He's going to have to go to the softs if he wants to get through. Farad then on the softs as well. I wonder if he's going to do the same as Pot Stuff. Looks like he might, you know. And it's a 1:11.1. So again, it's a competitive time. I don't think that's one he can beat on the mediums. So Farad is committing to going for the softs. Treese is going to be next on the mediums, and he invalidated his time, but he is going to be going again. I think he's not backed off, so he will be going again. Dylan has done something. I think he's just weaving, saving up his ERS, getting some more heat in the tyres before he starts this lap again. Young Tommy, we saw him make a mistake earlier on. I think he's saved up. He's going to be going for another lap by the looks of things. Farad not going again. We've got McKenty just on an out lap as well. We've got Ferrari. That's Pot Stuff, I reckon, on his in lap. Yeah, Tommy's actually coming in, so he might change over to the softs. Not too sure. It'll be Ballsy move if he stays on the medium tyres. Bradfield, the only one not to set a time, going 13th. Theo is about to set his first proper time, and it's P9 for Theo on the mediums, and that's not going to be enough to get him through.
No, I don't think I'll get through either, to be fair.
Dylan is now going again. He's 4.5 attempts up through sector 1, so he might have made a mistake there, what he must have done on his first lap, and that's why he backed off. Car's not looking great in terms of downforce. 5 podiums for McKenty in 43 races. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? I mean, it's been incredibly consistent, McKenty. Well, I say consistent. He's had a couple of spells. He had a spell, I think he got 4 races in a row. He got wing damage on that one. But then when he's had a good race, he's always going to be up there. 5th, 6th, occasionally the podium. And Dylan spun. He's done a George Russell in George Russell's car. Not quite to the same extent, though. He just clipped that curve, and instead of flying off into the wall on the left, he just caved into the right-hand side. So he's lucky in a way, but he's going to have to come in now because he's not got enough pace to go for another lap. And obviously this lap is fucked. Theo in 9th. I think he's gone for another one, he has, hasn't he?
Russell and George Russell's car.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan.
Theo crosses the line. P4 for Theo. He's ahead of Max on the mediums. Max is going again. He's not ahead of Max for long, though. Max now up to P2. It's a great lap from Theo, but if more people put the softs on, he might be in danger. 10th off Irish New Presenter. It's still a fantastic time, but whether it'll get him through, I'm not too sure. McKenty's now going on the softs as well. It's just a extra outlap, I think, for McKenty. He's now going for his proper run. And he's still got, obviously, Treeslayer who's not set a proper time. Neither's Dylan, neither's Bradfield. So, yeah, we could see some more changes towards the top yet. Someone's going to have to give in with a yellow flag, and it's just for Mercedes going slowly. That must be Menace Max, who I think is safely through with that. For a minute or so, it'll start to all get much more exciting. Treeslayer and Bradfield are going out. Yeah, Bradfield's committing to the mediums. Why did Argentina get 3 poles? Oh. Haven't got a clue. I'm not spending hours looking back either. Have a look through all our streams on YouTube. Try and find out where. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I know Argentina was very close to winning the championship.
He was,
not last season, the season before, I think it was. But yeah, unfortunately couldn't race towards the end of the season. So Beefy took it, didn't he? Just see McKenty got to P3, so yeah, he is committing to start on those soft tyres. 2 lap old softs. But McKenty up to P3, 1:10.9, that should be him through. 4th ounce off Max's time on the mediums. Good lap there from him. Bradfield's about to start his lap. Treeslayer's already on his lap. And then Tommy is too. Tommy's further on, he's 2 temps up. Yeah, he needs to find a good few temps, Tommy, because he's in trouble with that time. Didn't look like he settled too well in Q1 either, but we'll see what Tommy can do. His qualifying's strong, but I think his racecraft is even better. Doesn't clip that inside curve as much as Dylan did. Young Tommy then in the McLaren, looking to score more points for him tonight. And he's crossing the line. Oh, P2 for Tommy. I said his qualifying's not as good as racecraft, to rethink that. Quickest time of all the medium runners. And yeah, Theo, look at that brilliant time he's on the mediums. He's down in 7th though, that's the problem. Dylan's now going again on the mediums. We've got Treeslayer who's going to be next, going through, now starting sector 3. See what he can do. Again, avoids clipping that curb, goes really wide. Treeslayer, perfect line. Perfect, didn't go 4 wheels off. I was pushing it to the limit and he got it spot on. He knows he needs to get through, and it's a 1:11.2, and Treeslayer in the medium is down in 9th at the moment, so that's why he's pushing it, because he's not going to get through, I don't think, with that time. Aston Martin next, that's Bradfield. He's about to cross the line. Only P11 for Bradfield. McKenty's retired in the pits. Got a Ferrari next, a Starbus just on his outlap. Farah's retired in the pits as well. He's in P8. He can't improve on the softs. Menace Max has retired. He's safely through. I think, yeah, Tommy is just on in that. He's safely through. So the top 8 are all done. I think Treeslayer might be saving up for another lap. Starbus might be. Well, he's just started his lap, hasn't he? Bradfield's going to be going again. He's going again now. In fact, Groove Ninja's in the pits. I'm not sure what sort of time glitch we have, but we'll see. we'll keep our eyes on Starbus Lap. In fact, Dylan just crosses the line. He goes up to P4 on the medium. So again, that makes it really interesting. Farhad's really not looking safe, is he? Especially with Tree Slayer. I think he might be going again. Groove Ninja's retired, so he's going to be out. And we'll cave in earlier. Bradfield's 2.5 temps up on his time. He needs to find at least 3 temps, so he needs to find a good temp. Also, in this final sector, the truck is at his best now, so it will be quicker than when Theo set his lap, who's in P8. See if he can gain much time. I think he lost a bit on the final corner on the previous lap, but he did, so he might gain time here. Not enough though. He's P10 at the moment, but he's got Tree Slayer behind that's just started to lap, and Starbus is on the softs. He's 2 temps up. 2 temps up, Starbus. He's going to come onto the straight now, and I think he'll take that temp away from Bradfield. DRS open for Starbus then. On the straight, he's about to cross the line. Goes up to P6. Bradfield is out. Tree Slayer is on a lap. He is going for it. He's just come out of sector 1. He's a tenth or so up. So this will push Farhad out if Tree Slayer can make it through. But it's always hit that curve on the outside, and that's pushed him a bit wide there. Lost some time. It's just Tree Slayer now. He's the only one left. That can change things. He'll go to the best tyre. So there we go. As you can see, there's 4 currently through on the soft tyre. Oh, Tree Slayer's 3.5 temps up. He must have really made a mistake in sector 2 on his first one then. Being 3.5 temps up, this will push him right up to 2nd possibly. But look how close it is between 2nd and 8th. That's 7 cars. 7 cars you've all got in the 1:10.9s. That's crazy. Can Tree Slayer make it another one? I think he might be a bit quicker than that, you know. And he is. The 1:10.8 is just ahead of the 1:10.9s. That's crazy how close all that is. Theo does survive after that brilliant lap. Farhad goes out. Bradfield in 12th. And Groove Ninja in 13th. So yeah, it's the 2 reserves and then the Bradfield. The 3 that went out. No surprises there with who's going out.
I'll take P12, mate. Fresh mediums.
Yeah, that might help you. That'll definitely help you in the race, being on the fresher tyres.
So I don't have the qualifying pace anymore, so...
As you can see, Potts does through on the softs, McKenty through on the softs, and Starbus through on the softs. The other 7 in the top 10 will be starting the medium tyres. I'm just going to quickly grab a drink, and then we'll be with you for Q3. I'll let Bradfield talk some shit to you about the track for a minute or so.
What shit do you want me to talk about? What shit do you want me to talk about, lads? Talk about anything you want. You have to talk about F1. We can talk about anything, boys. So, put the comments through. What do you want to talk about for a couple of minutes? I'll tell you one thing, my fucking race starts are absolutely bullshit, so I'll probably be at the back of the grid by the time the first corner comes. I don't normally qualify, I don't like it, I get paranoid. Vintage, what lap have you been at? Probably the first, it won't be a lap to be honest with you, mate, it'll probably be the first corner. I end up hitting that curb and I'll be gone. So yeah, like I said, I'd get paranoid to qualify now. I'd rather I shouldn't bother qualifying, to be fair. I'd rather be at the back. Yeah, someone tell me a story. What story do you want to tell me? Here we go. Everyone wants me to DNF. I don't honestly, it's a game to me. I don't mind. I just enjoy playing it. So if I make a mistake, well, that'll be it. I like to finish a race, to be fair, but I think the only chance, if I've got a chance of finishing a race, I've got to go for the fastest lap point. But it's not going to happen, as it's going to be raining, and I can't do the wets. Right, on to Q3. Who's going to go out first? He's going to do some banker laps. You might as well use those sides. It's going to be it's going to be raining. Once upon a time, Bradford was in League 2. Do you know what? In a couple of seasons, I probably will be in League 2, mate. Right, we've got Irish. You know what Irish does? Loves those banker laps. Cool, we got a few out. Cool, 4 of them out. It's like a race already. They want it already, Wilson.
All racing, aren't they? Get track
They are
position.
living the
look
dream.
at this. Funny if that went wrong. I think it's Tree Slayer and Irish New Potato. The two going for it here at the moment. But yeah, 8 on out. That the Kenty and Pot Stuff. They're two of the drivers that went through in the softs. So they're staying in the pits at the moment. So I think, obviously, what they're thinking there is because they've already used an extra pair of softs. It would be no good wearing just two. Because they've used an extra set of softs in qualifying already, they want to save a fresh set for the race, don't they? So they might just be doing one run towards the end here. Well, the reason I say, or maybe not, they might have gone out and scrubbed, so the reason I say they want a fresh set for the end of the race is potentially, if we don't have many safety cars, the rain comes and dries up before the end.
Yeah.
That could, if it's wet enough to go to winters, then everyone will flood in towards the end when it dries up, if it dries up, to stick the softs on. But anyway, first car is going to be Irish New Potato, so watch him. And he's not going for it, is he? He's not going for Irish New Potato. He's doing an extra lap first, isn't he? He's getting out of the way.
Sorry, yeah.
Tree Slayer is the one we watched then. He's got a big train behind him, isn't he? Through sector 1 already. But here goes Tree Slayer. He's one of the nominations in the poll. Let's see how many votes we've had. 7 votes so far. 5 are for Max, and then 1 for Liam, 1 for Tree Slayer. So yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Tree Slayer now going through sector 2. That's a decent sector 1. Now I had a vote for Irish and another for Max. So 6 for Max now.
Max
strong favourite.
So much in this last year, hasn't he?
He has. He's been absolutely brilliant. Max has, but is Tree Slayer 48.7 through sector 2. Yeah, it takes a lot of that curb. It sends a bit wider, but if you go a bit wider there, it's not too bad. You can actually get a better exit out of it, can't you? Here he goes. Almost clips the curb. He had to back off a little bit from the throttle there, but it won't cost him too much time. Good exit onto the straight as well. Can he get close? I was going to say, can he get close to 1.9 to 1.10.2? It's a good enough time. Liam's is a 1.10.4. Then we're going to see Theo. Not Theo, sorry, who's next? It's going to be the Mercedes. Max goes up to P2. Then see Ferrari of Starbus does a 1.11.2. So he's quite a bit off the way. Starbus and Tommy is as well, for that matter. Irish New Potato just in his banker lap as well. Dylan went up to P4. Now we're going to see Theo. What can Theo do? He crosses the line. P5 for Theo for 1.10.8. Next up will be Pot Stuff. Tree Slayer, the first car we were watching. He's a couple of attempts quicker than anyone else. Max and Liam very close. Dylan a few attempts back. Theo just a attempt back from Dylan. And yeah, Starbus and Tommy, not quite sure what's gone wrong for them there, but second off. Pot Stuff, P4, 110.5, just behind that battle for P2 at the moment. But yeah, Tree Slayer has the advantage early on after the first runs. Irish New Potato, let's not forget, he is now on his first run. First proper run, so... Oh, he's had a little bit of a wobble there, wasn't he? Yeah. Everyone else get out of the way. Nice exit there, Irish. We know he does have some spins, doesn't he, Irish? But it's worth it for the amount of pace he's got. It's a 49.3 through sector 2, so I think that's good half a second down on Tree Slayer's split time for sector 2. So you're going to need a good final sector here to get anywhere near, I think. Yeah, I think this might be close to where Dylan and Theo are, this lap from Irish New Potato here.
P5.
We'll see what he does as he crosses the line. It is P5, yeah, just ahead of Dylan and Theo.
I'm so good at this.
Yeah, pity a shit at racing. Dylan's going to be next. He comes into the pits though. Menace Max, is he going for another run? He's saved up on that lap, and now he's going to go for another one. So they think they can do that. They think they've got enough time to do that with it being just a short track. I wonder if Pot Stuff's doing the same. No, he's not. So I think everyone else. Is Irish going again? He might be, you know. He is. He's up through sector 1. So we'll watch Irish. Max, he's not too far behind. He went a bit wide there, didn't he? But he's still going on his lap. Liam is up on his time actually in front, so we should watch Liam really. He's 3 thousandths up, but he's still going for it. Yeah, Max won the pole out of 12 votes. 2 for Irish, 2 for Liam. Yeah. Tree Slayer and 7 for Max. No one thought anyone else. Liam's 3.5 attempts down this time. I can't see him improving. I think Tree Slayer's just backed off as well. So Irish New Potato is the next one then. And he's a 10.5 down, so wonder if after a few laps they start struggling a bit. That's what it's looking like so far for the cars that are out on the track, isn't it? Max is further back, let's not forget. And yeah, it's really wide from Irish, can't see improving on that time. Menace Max then, didn't see his set the time, but it's on par, I think, with the usual time, so he's still pushing it, he's still going for it on this lap. Nice exit as well. really pushing it to the limit. Close to invalidating, but doesn't.
Lovely.
Max then's got his DRS open. I think he's definitely going to go for this, so I think he's up. He is. He gains by a tenth. He doesn't gain any places, but he gets closer to Tree Slayer. That's really close now. He will have time to come into the pits, of course, and change his tyres over. The only other car on the track at the moment is Tommy, who is on an outlap lane.
Outlap.
I voted for Liam, saying Jake the Slayer. Well, he's in P3. He's won the top 3 at the moment, isn't he? Yeah, so it's definitely worth a vote. Red Bull's taking no prisoners out of the pit, saying Mushroom. Yeah, we didn't see that. Irish nearly lost it on the bank. Oh, he's obviously watching elsewhere. The ones that are spectating because they're out already, including Bradfield.
Yeah.
He's watching Tommy, then he's got the track to himself pretty much, isn't he? And he will have... Alright, maybe not. I think someone else just changed up by coming out of the pits. I think it might be Liam, who's just come out of the pits. Goes Tommy then, the McLaren. DRS open. Starting the lap. Tidy through turn 1 then for Tommy. Straightens it up nicely as well. Orange car just to match the orange fans that you usually see around here for a certain Dutch someone. This has been really neat so far from Tommy. Beautiful. No. Absolutely wonderful. No. Turns in nicely. Oh, he's had to back off. So he turned in a bit too late.
Lost a lot of time.
He did.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a shame for Tommy. But he's still got improved time in his previous run because he's over a second down at the moment. What, a second and a thousandth down on Tree Slayer's time. This has been a neat sector 2. Apart from that little mistake, it's been a really, really neat lap from Tommy.
That has indeed.
And it goes 4.5 tenth ups. 4.5 tenth ups. 4.5 tenths up. So it could put it up to 5th at the moment.
You've been sniffing them fucking beers out of the recycling bin again.
Shut up, you prick. Tommy comes on the straight. Here's the bank angle. It's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant here in Zandvoort. Tommy's back across the line. He does go up to P4, in fact, so he's closer than we thought. And he can improve.
I think he can get. I think after that,
he's going to save up for this lap. He'll be saving up this lap, and then he'll be going again. Liam then. Where's Liam? Irish New Potatoes on a lap just behind as well, but Liam's the first one, and he's slightly up. There we go. He puts the throttle down. He's still a tad early, but he's okay. He's okay. Really pushing it there. Might as well push it once you've got. Oh, he's sliding. I'll say he might have lost that time now. He won't be setting a decent time there. I'll say once you've got a decent time on the board, if you feel you can't improve too much on it, you might as well just push it. I mean, if you crash out, you crash out. You still got a decent time on the board. You still start somewhere decent. Yeah, Liam has backed out now, saving up his DRS for the next run. Irish New Potatoes just under a tenth up in his time. I mean, he's half a second off P1 at the moment. So yeah, he's struggling at the moment. Irish New Potato is.
Yeah, I was just seeing Mushroom just said it's Tommy in auto gears. Seems to be in the wrong gear through the corners. I noticed that through the first corner.
Too sure.
He's like 6th.
Irish crosses the line and he does improve by 10th, but he doesn't gain any positions. He's still down in P6 then. Liam's in 3rd, and obviously he's coming to pits after messing up his lap. Tommy is staying out. He's just starting this lap, isn't he? And Liam, I don't know if he missed the pits or what.
I
don't know what's happened to Liam there, but yeah, I don't know if Tommy's on auto or manual. I know he knows manual. He's done manual before, but I think his preference is auto. It depends on the track.
You've got to look on depends on the track. Wheel. If it wobbles a bit, that means he's not on the wheel. That means he's on the pad. If it wobbles quite a lot, I think he's on the wheel.
Possibly. I haven't got a clue. Wouldn't know what to look for. Theo on his out lap now, starting his lap. We're now seeing Tree Slayer. Tree Slayer starts. Oh no, he didn't set that lap, did he? I thought he just set that when he crossed the line. Silly me. But he's now starting another lap, of course. Starbust also just starting that. McKenty starting his first run. I wonder if he's got fuel for 2 laps. They might as well. But Dylan on his out lap now crossing the line and start a lap as well. Pot Stuff is the only car on an out lap. We've got 9 cars on laps at the moment. The first one to set is going to be Irish New Potato. Irish is coming into the pits. Justin goes away at the most important moment of the session so far. I think Irish is done, you know. I don't think he's going to have time to get in and out of the pits again. Young Tommy in P4, so we see Liam get out of the way. He's a tenth and a bit up here, Tommy. This could be close to P1. It's P3, so he didn't gain so much in the final sector. It's hard to gain time in the final sector. It's mainly that straight, isn't it, most of it. McKenty in P10, not quite sure what sort of time this is going to be on for. Don't think it's going to be too quick going by that sector 2 time. He crosses the line, McKenty, and yeah, it's only P9 for him. He's got Pot Stuff's going to be next. He's just on the out that blow. Menace Max, can he take pole position? I think he will at the moment. It's a 1:10.24. It's 8,000 better tree, so as it stands, P1 then for Menace Max at the moment. It's not going to be Dylan next. It's going to be Liam. Liam just starting his lap, isn't he? Theo then the Haas in P8, and then Starburst down in 10th at the moment. As we see McKenty spin, Irish is out, Starburst stays down in 10th at the moment, and Tresaillier then, what can he do? Can he take pole back? No, he can't at the moment. He's just saved up, and he's now going for another run. I think Dylan's made a mistake on his lap too. He has. He's had an instant there in sector 3, or whether he's just slowing down to save up for this lap, I don't know. Everyone out on the track then, but Irish New Potato definitely won't be getting pole because he is out. He's retired in the pits, and Dylan then now starting the proper lap, isn't he? Young Tommy is not up, is he? I think he might be low on fuel here, Tommy. I'm not sure he's going for another lap here. But Tommy's in third. That might be him done. Not too sure though. Pot Stuff's going to be next. Can't see if he's up on his time or not. Didn't see because that bloody spectate thing was in the way. Groove Ninja redeemed Hydrate. Pot Stuff then on the straight. Yeah, we now got the checker flag. We haven't got the checker flag yet, so we might have a little time glitch of 8 seconds or so. Pot Stuff crosses the line. P1 for Pot Stuff. 5,000 ahead of Menace Max. That's unbelievable. Liam then is a 10th and a bit up as well. Can he get close? I think he'll definitely get P4 from Tommy, won't he? P1 for Liam. Is this track getting quicker? Theo's only P8. This is crazy. But Liam's in P1. Pot Stuff's in P2. Is Max gaining? No, Max is not going to get it. Max isn't going to get it, is he? He's going slow. And then go to the Alfa Romeo and McKenty. I think he's down his time as well. I don't think, no, he's coming to the pits. He's all done. Starbus has invalidated his time. It's all on Dylan then. Dylan and Tresaillier. Dylan, he's coming in the pits. No, he's not going in the pits. We're trying to get a slipstream. Dylan crosses the line. He stays where he is. And Tresaillier can't improve either. And Pot Stuff isn't going to either as well. What a late twist that was. But look at that. 0.024 between the top 4. That's incredibly close. But Liam takes pole position on his return. Pot Stuff takes a really impressive P2. The margins are so close, but it was timing in the end that did it, because they were the last two that set their laps. Menace Max and Tresaillier couldn't get a decent lap in at the end, and that's what cost them, because the track was quickest right at the very end, and that's where Liam and Pot Stuff gained that half tenth or so on Max and Tresaillier. Otherwise it would have been those top two, but fair play to Liam and Pot Stuff. Timing was perfect, and Max and Tresaillier don't happen their final run. Irish is lucky to keep that 6th after being out quite a while ago in the session. Tommy in 5th. Yeah, big gap there between Tommy and Irish as well. Dylan in 7th, just couldn't hook a decent lap together getting to Q3. Theo in 8th, McKenty 9th, and Starburst in 10th then. But yeah, big surprise there. Well done, Liam. Yeah, we know Jake's just saying that because he voted for him in the poll. Well done, Jake, for getting that right. Yeah, Tommy's on auto gears, he's confirming as well. Tresaillier out from the outside of Shiviak threw me off so badly. That must have been McKenty. Get it reported if you think he was in a bad place or affected you. Liam on VR as well. Yeah, I've seen that before. It's incredible that. But look at the gap. Talking to me incredible. The gap between the top 4 for pole position. Tresaillier must be gutted there down in 4th. But we have a new pole sitter, and that's Liam. Be great if Liam could get back in full time, wouldn't it? Because that car he's in today is vacant after Beefy's moved down the league. So
depends if he can get
Liam
it.
wants it and he can do it full time, and he's there. He can have it. It'd be great. Throws another name in there, doesn't it? That's capable of winning and capable of getting pole positions like he has done just now. Brilliant effort there from Liam. Pole position. Yeah, P2 for Pot Stuff as well. It's just, we've seen Pot Stuff. He's had a couple of instances, hasn't he? In terms of, but he's been in good point scoring positions. I remember Monza a few weeks ago. But we'll see. Hopefully goes a bit better for him. VR doing bits and Groove Ninja. GG to Liam. Yeah, Groove Ninja obviously Liam's teammate today in the Red Bull as well. But yeah, again, cloudy here in Zandvoort still, isn't it? Just across the North Sea, isn't it? So yeah, I remember Crofty saying that directly opposite Zandvoort is Lowestoft, which is 10 miles from where I live. So it's actually crazy to think that where I live, right in the east of the country, Zandvoort's actually closer in miles than Silverstone is.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Here we go then. Yeah, formation that, of course. Glad Vintage remembered to put that on.
Fucking 12. Oh god, horrible.
So yeah, 12th for Bradfield.
I'd rather be at the back.
And yeah, he's in trouble because Bradfield has got. Well, we know the 3 in the top 10, Starbus, McKenty and Potstuff are starting on the softs. So yeah, Potstuff on the softs as well. He's going to want to try and get past Liam at the start, isn't he? That's going to make it really interesting. The only other 2 cars on the softs are in 11th and 13th. The 2 reserves that Bradfield's in the middle of. So Bradfield's not in a great place there, but everyone else behind. Look at the names. I know Page is in 20th, of course, who's reserving tonight. She's not expecting anything, just good experience for her. But the names between 14th and 19th. Tango, Sweet MJP, Farf, Jake the Slayer, Argentina, Nolsey. They're all starting on fresh mediums. That's crazy. 200 bits from Vintage. Thank you very much, Vintage.
Legend.
Even to Lucy as well. Good luck to everyone who's racing. Good luck to me as well. Commentate on this. This is going to be.
I need it.
Yeah, Bradfield definitely needs it, doesn't he? But thanks for the 200 bits, Vintage. Much appreciated, mate. Stick some in myself, I will. When I get on my phone quickly. Here we go. I'll top that up. If people put bits in, I'll top it up myself. So yeah, it's a quick formation app as well, isn't it, from Liam? And might have been a while since Liam's last started from pole position in the league. I'm not quite sure what else he's been up to, but he's got a strong challenge with Potstuff in P2 and those soft tyres to fend off, hasn't he? So we'll see. It makes for an interesting start though, but this straight is so long, isn't it? And obviously where they start, it's a bit of not too long down into from where they start from, especially being at the front. But Potstuff will fancy a run, wouldn't he? And of course Potstuff's going to down the inside, isn't he? So this will be an interesting start. But there's always bumps and scrapes here. It's a really tight first few corners. And they'll all stay close together on the formation up as well. So we'll be getting going very soon.
I don't like this. Do not like it.
Oh, shut it.
No, you shut up.
Oh, something's happened here.
Here we go.
They're revving up now. And it's lights out and away we go. And it's a good start from Potstuff as we expected down the inside. There's 4 cars, 5 cars side by side further down, and there's someone's going to come together. I think it's McKenty who loses out. There's an AlphaTauri, and AlphaTauri spun into a Haas. Sweet MJP spun into Nolsey, but Liam's still in the lead. Potstuff in second. Bradfield's lost a couple of places. Yeah, I think Sweet MJP hits the gravel, and Theo's out. Theo is out. He's lost it. I don't know how he's done that. It's a VSC. I don't know how Theo's crashed out there, but he must have been in contact with another car. I think the other Haas has got some damage as well. I'm not quite sure. But I think Sweet MJP span back onto the track because he went wide into the gravel down in turn 1, spun back in front of Nolsey, and yes, Nolsey has got wing damage. So there's a dreadful start for the Haas team. I don't think there's anything Nolsey could have done about that as Sweet MJP spinning into him.
Horrible start, absolutely dog shit. I hate
Bradfield
it.
down in 14th. Let's have a look at position changes then. It's a great start for Farad up in 7th on those soft tyres. Jake Estays gained 4 places up to 13th as well ahead of Bradfield. Bradfield will need to try and get past him again if he can straight away, because otherwise he's got Farf, Argentina behind him. He'll try and put a challenge on him.
This virtual safety car does.
Watch out for Farad.
Right at the end.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? But no one's got a drive for. Everyone survived it so far. Well, Theo is out though. 200 bits from Lucy. Thank you very much, Lucy. Level 1 hype train as well. Thank you to everyone donating bits and everything. Much appreciated as always. Liam sets the fastest up. He's got a gap already on Potstuff, but look at this battle. Irish New Potato on Tommy and Farf. I don't know what's happened to him, but he's fallen down the order. He's lost it on the final corner, hasn't he, Farf? And Tommy manages to stay ahead of Irish New Potato. It's a great battle this. And Liam's just putting away on the medium tyres. So Potstuff struggling on the softs, but Liam's doing an incredibly good job here. Apart from that, we've got a whole train from Potstuff, so he just can't get those softs. Well, he's pulled away actually, isn't it? It's tree stayer now holding him up a little bit, isn't it? Those arrows are stuck, aren't they? Yeah, Haas team has been incredibly poor start for them. I'm not quite sure what happened. We don't think Knowles was at fault for anything that happened to him. His car spin in front of him. Yeah. Haas have had a bit of a dogged time lately, haven't they? They're really struggling, the Haas team. And McKenty, Starbus has lost it. Starbus has lost it on that inside curve, I think, and Bradfield's gone through. And Farf's crashed. So Farf has crashed out, and that is another virtual safety car. So Farf's gone. Let's have a look where he's gone. Where we saw Tango lose it. in qualifying. So there's 2 victims we've already had. Ramzan Vaught and his car's there in the middle of the track. I don't know how that's not a full safety car. And it's raining already. I swear I just saw a splash of rain.
Yeah, I think it might
it's
be
raining
right,
already.
Yeah.
It's the ones that started on the softs are laughing here.
Softs.
Didn't expect that. And Dylan's left the session, so he's obviously got connection issue, isn't he? We know he's playing up, I think, a couple of weeks ago for Dylan as well. But he needs to get himself back in. He can do using the same invite. Lucia, another 100 bits. Thank you very much. Safety cars on standard. Yeah, of course. It's just this game. Like I say, last night we had safety cars for silly little spins that didn't need a safety car. Saturday night in the Champions League. And drive-through penalty for Farhad and McKenty. Both Alfa Romeos have just got drive-through penalties for speeding under the virtual safety car. Page has got one as well. That's a nightmare for the Alfa Romeo team. Both on the soft tyres. It's ruined both of their races. They now need a safety car really at some point. We're going to see more spins with the rain as well. Yeah, as I was saying, Champions League Saturday. Huge crashes, only VSC, so it is this game. Potstuff is 3.1 seconds off Liam. Who's driving this for Liam today? He's off in the distance, and he's miles clear. He doesn't want a safety car. He wants to pull away even more. Treeslow in 3rd, Max in 4th, Tommy 5th, Irish in 6th. They're all incredibly close to each other, aren't they? And then the 2 Alfa Romeos on the soft tyres are, but they're going to have to come in to serve their drive-through penalty together now, aren't they? They leave it any longer, of course, and then it risks there being a safety car, and then you can't serve it straight away. So they've got to serve that as soon as possible. It's always the best strategy. Dylan is back in his car as Liam sets the fastest lap again. That's brilliant. And none of them are coming to serve their drive-through, which is strange. And Groove Ninja's lost it. Yeah, he has. At the final corner, Tango sets the fastest lap. Farhad looking for a move, isn't he? Teresa is really struggling for pace at the opening stages of the race, isn't he? He is struggling. Yeah, Farf's saying he struggled again. I think Farf's obviously had a couple of spins there, isn't he? Yeah, he should have reserved in the championship and done some practice. But obviously he couldn't, could he? For whatever reason. Knowles is a 1:14.1 fastest lap of the race. Of course, that is a point that might stay for him because it's going to be hard for anyone to set a faster lap. And Farhad dives down the inside of Irish New Potato. That's a very risky move there. He's just reserving, isn't he? So he's got to be careful. And then Irish New Potato now looking to get that move back, isn't he? But yeah, it was a good move. He got the move done. There weren't too much contact, but Irish is going to send one back on him, and it pushes Farhad off. And now Farhad spun out, and there we go. Let's say Farhad is pushing it too much. The reserves need to be careful and back out of things. You can't be going for things like that. And now he's paid the price. Liam sets the fastest lap though. Takes that straight back from Knowlesy. I think. Well, it's strange really because the rain's not really affecting, isn't it? He's actually going a lot quicker. McKenty now getting past Irish as well. I don't think Irish has got any damage, but he did lose a bit of time there, didn't he? I think that's Farhad now that's lost it at the final corner. Irish New Potato, yeah, that dive bomb back was a bit aggressive and probably wasn't on, but I think he was frustrated that Farhad went for that move on him. He's lucky he didn't get anything bad come out of it for Irish, but it was a bit late. Yeah, Farhad is now in the pits and he's retired as well, so there's no full-time seat for him anytime soon. Retiring in the pits, absolutely ridiculous.
Slayer, come on!
And Tango's going for it on Dylan, as you'd see down the inside. Now that's a good move from Tango. He's taken that nice. There's no contact between the cars. Lovely move there from Tango. And Dylan moves to the side. And Tango looks quick at this stage, and he's gained a lot of places after that crash, which made him start down in 15th. So he's 8 places he's gained. Jake the Slayer, he's got the DRS from his teammate in front, so there's, I don't know what Bradfield's shouting about. That last bend is a nightmare, no need for it, say Mushroom. Yeah, I know. Bradfield nearly found out because he nearly clipped it. This one as well. Yeah, and McKenty's in the pits, he's doing his drive-through penalty. Yeah, of course Farhad had a drive-through as well. I think that's after frustration why he retired in the pits, but you're not going to be getting any sort of full-time seat when you retire in the pits. Potstuff 3.6 off Liam. That's incredible. I think Liam's the clear air is doing him a world of good as well. But his pace, nonetheless, is incredible. Teresa is still holding up this train a little bit, isn't he? McKenty, Menace Max and Tommy, they look quicker at this stage, don't they? It's so difficult to pass here. And I think Teresa is having a good exit every time onto the straight, isn't he? Which is just about enough. Yeah, Farhad's left the session, so his retired car is now going to ghost until it finds a safe space to pull off. And he's just gaining more and more. I think the soft tyres are actually going to start to with these conditions. It'll only be a couple of laps before they start to go off a little bit, won't it? Thank you for following, Cassie. Follower number 935. It's incredible. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. That's just for Farhad's car. Which DNF, I don't know why it's still going around that far. Racing around on its own. Let's look down for some close gaps. Groove Ninja had a spin early on, didn't he? Sweet MGP had a spin early on as well. So both Aston Martins have really gained out of that, haven't they? Let's have a look at the position change again. 7 places game for Tango, 8 for Slayer, only 2 for Bradfield. Can he make that 3 now? He goes down the inside of Jake the Slayer. And he's on the inside. I think Jake the Slayer's going to have to concede this. Well, yeah, we needed to concede that, and he ended up off the track because he didn't. Great racing there. And I think, there we go, Farhad's car's come back in the pits now, isn't it? So, I think that's him done. Sweet MJP's lost it. Where's Sweet MJP? Oh, he's got wing damage as well. It's coming out of turn 3. So, yeah, Sweet MJP's had a moment there, hasn't he? Yeah, I don't know why Farhad's car's still going round, but Paige's, I know she's had a spin, but she's quite far back. Knowles is obviously far back. We know he had the early pit stop. We'll go back to the action towards the top then. And Tommy is still gaining, isn't he, on Max? Sweet MJP's. So I'm not quite sure what's going on for him there. He's just, so he's had another little slide or what is he? Yeah, he's got wing damage, isn't he? It's incredibly hard with wing damage. Sorry for noise in the background. I've got a big Amazon box. My cat has just jumped in it and trapped himself in it. That's what the noise is. And Max has lost it coming out of the final corner. He's getting off the track to move out of the way, which he doesn't have to, of course, because the ghosting is on. But Max has had a spin coming out of the final corner. I don't think he's got any wing damage, but he's coming in the pits. So no, he's not coming in the pits. He's just moving to the side to groove and get through. But for the championship lead, that's a huge blow for him. He's moving aside so Groove can get through. He's not fighting that because he knows his tyres won't be in a great state to. But that's a big shock there. It just shows anyone can lose it. We saw his teammate Tango do it in qualifying, and now Max has lost it at some point as well. So it can happen to the best of them, that's for sure. Sweet MJP down 16. He's going to have to put on, I don't know what he's going to put on. I don't think the rain's going to get any heavier on this. I'm not too sure. It might just be a normal race. There's a nose change of Sweet MJP safety car, and he's back in the race. That's all it takes. Good to see he's not giving up. But Tango catching Irish now. P6 now, Tango, after Max has gone. Could soon be P5 because Irish hasn't even got the DRS from young Tommy anymore. Max losing another place. I think he's struggling now with these tyres, the grip. He needs to cool them down. I think Irish has just creeped inside a second to get that DRS before the activation line. Not too sure, but we'll see on the straight. Tango's looking incredibly good, isn't he? He needs to get through really because he might have to pace, to try and catch up to Liam if he can get past the cars in front. And Irish did just about get the DRS, so that's going to be impossible for Tango to make a move this time round. Great start to the race anyway. In terms of, well, towards the top anyway. Obviously Max has had that spin. We've had a couple of incidents further down. Don't know what happened to Theo. Obviously Farf crashed out. Farhad gave up. And we're seeing a couple of little spins. But these conditions are really difficult. I'd rather be full wets because this is sliding on dry tyres. It's really, really hard. Yeah, Knowlesy, Page and Sweet MJP all further back. There's only 14 cars in the race at the moment. Of course, safety car that comes out. And then all 3 of them are straight back in it though, aren't they? Sweet MJP just needs to make sure he doesn't get lapped by Liam, because then that is hard to try and get back into it. Yeah, just a bit of a train at the moment. Starbus catching up to Jake the Slayer. So Jake the Slayer is really struggling, isn't he? Because Bradfield's pulled out 2 seconds on him. Bradfield's now catching up to Dylan as well. So I think starting in the middle of the pack has helped Bradfield, because he'd be it'd be a good 6 or 7 seconds back and a good 6 or 7 positions back had he started last. Jake the Slayer will be under pressure. Not the best exit at the final corner from Starbus. Starbus is on the softs, but I think they'll start to come off a bit now. DRS is open. I think he's just a tad too far back, isn't he? Well, I say he's a tad too far back. He was quite a bit too far back that time, Starbus. But he's got more grip still, just about. I say that, he just slide a little bit coming out of that first turn. In the battle for the lead, 4.1 seconds, not even a battle at the moment, is it? Liam's walking away with it. But Tommy, really under pressure from Irish and Tango, isn't he? They're both seeing quicker than Tommy at this stage of the race. Tommy's just falling back from Tree Slayer a little bit as well. Tree Slayer is closing up on Potstuff. I think Potstuff's tyres are starting to go off a bit, aren't they? So Tree Slayer's catching up to them. Tommy's not exactly falling away, but he might fall away if he does things like that. He just started sliding on those tyres, isn't he? in the wet conditions it is difficult, but it was just managed to close the door just in time before Irish got there, so he's not lost any positions. But Tango's really gained up on Irish because of that, because Irish had to change his line a little bit. But Tango will find it so difficult to make a move on Irish, because Irish of course will have a DRS on Tommy. All three of these cars could be really close come the end of the corner. I think Irish could have a good chance on Tommy here. He's got to go down the inside. He does go down the inside, Irish New Potato. Tommy's going to have the outside line. He's got to fight it. He's got good grip there. Tommy, they're exactly side by side, and Tommy just about gets it. We'll go on board with Tango. Tommy keeps it. Keeps P4. Great battling between them both, and Tango wants to get involved with this. This is interesting now. What does Tango do? Does he just sit back and let them fight each other and then try and wait for a good opening? Or does he join the fight? I personally would wait, because a 3-car battle here never goes too well. There's not really the room for it anywhere on the track apart from the straight. Can't hang back too much though, because there'll be cars behind catching up soon. But yeah, mind you, they're not going too slowly. They're not really losing too much time. They're not falling back from Triso in front. They're not losing time to Dylan behind. In fact, they're pulling away from him a bit more. Well, not so much there though. Dylan has gained a few temps. Yeah, Irish will really want to get past Tommy. And Irish has gone a bit deep there, isn't he? Again though, there's just not enough room on the track for Tango. In fact, Irish making a little mistake there has put Tango further behind him, because Tango had to take a different line to try and avoid it. Or Irish could be under pressure here. Oh, I know, he's done well. So he went a little bit wide on the straight, but he actually gained a bit of time out of that. But still, business as usual between these three. They keep position. They're just getting closer and closer every single lap. Pot stuff 4.1 behind Liam then, so not losing too much on those tyres, but Triso is getting close, isn't he? Triso is getting really close. 1.1 it is now. He could be within DRS range come the end of the lap. Tommy's falling back a little bit of this now. It's 2.6. Lost half a second in that last lap or so. Irish New Potato and Tango still having that battle. Dylan's in 7th, 3 seconds further back. 2 seconds further back to Bradfield and 8th. 3.3 seconds further back is Jake the Slayer. So yeah, it was important for Bradfield to get past him, because he's a lot slower. He's lost another half a second there as well. And Starbus slides. What a shot that was. What a shot that was of him sliding across. I mean, it's not a great shot for him, because he's just got wing damage, I think, hasn't he? Has he got... Yeah, he has. He's lost the side pod there. Starbus is he trying to move out of the way as well. So yeah, Starbus sliding, hitting to the wall. A great camera shot we got for about a second there before he switched off it, but Starbus makes a mistake, allows a few cars through. He's going to have to pit as well, unfortunately for him. So that's 13 cars currently in the race once Starbus pits. I'll say that they're all in the race, of course. We know there's the yellow flag for Mercedes. Tango's done the same thing his teammate did. Oh, and Irish New Potato's in the pits as well, so I don't know. And he's got no front wing, Irish. Oh. And Irish puts the inters on. We've been watching that battle for how long? About 10 laps. I look away from it for about 10 seconds, and something's happened between them. I don't know if Irish has spun and then gone into Tango, or they're just side by side and one's gone into the other or what, but I said they've both pitted and they've both put inters on as well. So maybe it's close to crossover time. I still don't think it is. I still don't think it's quite inter ready. We'll see how much time they lose. Starbus has just pitted and put the hards on as well. So we'll see what happens there. We'll keep our eyes on this battle as well for P8. Look at this, bit of a train now. We'll keep an eye on that time from Irish New Potato behind. Yeah, they're just falling further back, the intermediate drivers, so they really are struggling at the moment, aren't they? As you can see, Irish New Potato really struggling, isn't he? It's not time for inters at all. Irish New Potato and Tango made a big call there, and they've really made a mistake, haven't they, by doing it, because they're losing time. We've got a virtual safety car, and that might let them recover some time. If I was them, I'd just come in the pits again and put some mediums on, because it is not time, not anywhere near time for the inters, is it? Still intrigued as to what happened between them in that battle. I reckon there was a side by side. One started sliding into the wall, and it took the other one with them. Yeah, both Mercedes now. Mercedes are leader constructors. They've both had a big spin coming out the final corner, and yeah, Tango does come back in the pits. I presume Irish will do the set. No, he doesn't. Irish stays out, so he's hoping it gets wetter soon. But Tango was in the pits, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be going back to... Yeah, he's back on the soft tyres now. Well, I say back on the soft tyres. He was on the inters, but he's back on the dry tyres. Look how evenly spread out the whole field is on the map. It makes it difficult. But Max, McKenty and Irish, Argentina, sorry, that is the battle we're keeping our eyes on. But this is good for the Aston Martin drivers. They're both up in the points now. Bradfield up in 6th. VSC is still out there. I don't know what's happened to Bern Mylander today, but he doesn't seem to be making an appearance, does he? So, that's a strange one. Liam still leads, still got this VSC. I wonder if it's going to stay out much longer. If it does, will it be worth pitting? Will the leaders pit? No, they don't. Starbus now has a drive through the speed under VSC as well, so it's really catching people out. And Potstuff is in the pits. Oh, I think he was pitting, hoping that it was going to stay out longer. And Max is sliding. So yeah, is it now time for the Inters? Because the cars look, I think it's just the colder tyres. Yeah, mediums are Potstuff to the end. But it does look like it's starting to get a tiny bit heavier now. I see in front, Argentina getting past by McKenty. They know each other well, don't they? McKenty gets through on the softs that he's started to race on. Groove Ninja, the only other one on softs since the start of the race. Top 6 all on old mediums. Potstuff in 7th on fresh mediums though, so Potstuff's really in a good place, isn't he? For some decent points, which he really does deserve today. Jeff's an idiot. Jeff must have gave him a strat a few laps ago, St. Kieran. And yellow flag for Knowlesy. Knowlesy's lost it coming out the final corner. I think he's got more damage, and he's trying to come in the pits again, isn't he? I wonder if he's going to go to the Inters now, because it really is.
Yeah,
God, seems to be getting there, doesn't it? Irish New Potato might have made a good choice staying out on the intermediates. And after originally making the mistake to come in on them, Liam is going to try and hold out a few more laps. Is anyone else going to pit on the mediums? I wouldn't. I'd try and hold it out for 2 more laps. But it's just so hard to tell when the crossover point is. Don't listen to Jeff because he ain't got a clue. Dylan stays out. Bradfield stays out. Jake the Slayer a few seconds back. Yeah, it's just not quite time yet, is it? Not quite time yet. I mean, who's that? It's Jake the Slayer getting passed by Potstuff. Yeah, Potstuff on those fresh medium tyres. Really needs to put a charge on now, doesn't he? And if it does come to Inters soon, obviously Potstuff will be in a good place if he can charge up and overtake a few cars. He does need to do that if it's going to be Inters soon. If not, he needs to conserve those tyres to the end of the race. I don't know what they're being told, but we did hear it would dry up towards the end of the race. So I don't know, this might be as bad as it gets, or as good as it gets in terms of the rain. McKenty comes out the pits in 11th. Irish New Potato is in the pits there, and he's got a 5 cm over speed in the pit lane too. So yeah, it's been an unfortunate race for Irish New Potato, isn't it? Argentina still under pressure here from Max. Max has caught back up after that little wobble, back onto the softs then for Irish. Sweet MJP's in the pits again as well, so yeah, he's had a hard race as well. I think Page is going to move up here into 14th. They need a safety car, don't they? A couple of leads. Lots of VRS saved up there from Menace Max as well, and from Argentina. Yeah, they've all got loads of VRS saved up. It's not not too bad a track, is it? Obviously for VRS. Young Tommy's used a lot, and that's been fighting from other cars behind. The yellow flag is for Sweet MJP, just moving out the way. He's been lapped now, unfortunately. So is Knowlesy. They're having their own little battle, aren't they? And they're going to hope for a safety car. Obviously, when it comes out, all those Red Bull mechanics ran out. They sprinted out, didn't they? That was cool. That was cool. Like that. Ruben is in medium to the end then. Not too much been going on this race though, has there? How's your race been so far, Justin?
Good so far, but I'm getting caught.
Yeah, we see Potstuff behind.
It's borderline. I'm struggling.
Has pitted. He's one of the leaders, so he's on fresh mediums, which he's going to hope is to the end. So that's not something for you to worry about. Knowlesy gets past Sweet MJP for P16. Good to see him. They're battling it out, aren't they, towards the back. Page doing a great job. Mushroom saying absolutely. P14, no mistakes as of yet. Been on those tyres since the beginning of the race. She'll be open for a safety car, and then she can put possibly softs or Inters on, whatever she prefers. If a safety car came out now, I wouldn't pit. I'd wait until the last lap of the safety car being out and then throw the Inters on, and hope everyone else has to pit after the safety car. So then you come out about 20 seconds clearing the lead. That'd be good if that's a possible strategy, but not had a full safety car yet, have we? We've not had too many incidents in the race, to be honest. So the Farf crashed by himself, the Theo crashed at the beginning, and we had a few spins, including Mercedes. And here we go, Argentina's going to get passed pretty easily, I think, by Max. And Max does got to P9 on the same strategy these two. Of course, Max started third. Argentina started down in 18th. So for them to be so close on the track must be a compliment to Argentina, even though, of course, Max has had that big spin, didn't he, come out the final corner, which cost him a lot of the places. Yeah, Potstuff really is catching now, but at the same time, Bradfield's catching up to Dylan. Dylan's falling further back though. He's lost a lot of time, Dylan, from cars in front from where Tommy was. So I think Dylan might be struggling a bit now. It is not too far off pit time, is it? It's just a matter of whether they go to softs or intermediates. I just don't think it's raining heavily at the moment, is it? It's not raining heavy enough. And yellow flag is for Page. Oh, Tommy, Mushroom, sorry, he's talked that right up, isn't he? Oh, God. Oh, and who's that Ferrari? What is that Ferrari doing? Flying through the wall. What are we doing here? Oh, and there's right rear. It's just fallen off. And now we get a safety car. That's crazy. It'll help Page. Starbus just sliding out the final corner. His car goes through the wall. It spits out in the middle of the track, and his right rear just flies off randomly, and we get a safety car. Thanks, Codemasters. But like I said, if safety car was needed for a couple of these, that'll really help them. The bottom three needs to stay out low, or switch to piece pitted, so won't be able to one lap himself. But it's good timing. Good timing, really, isn't it? I was just saying about how safety car will be good now for some of them. And yeah, like I said, the top five, will they put the softs on or will they put the inters on?
Right, Jeff said 10 minutes of this rain is going to dry up.
You've got to put softs on then, because it's still manageable. It's not going to get any worse. It's not going to get any worse now, really, is it? If that's what he's saying. No. But then again, he does talk a load of shit, doesn't he? And you have to put the softs. No one else is on the inters anywhere else. We'll see what the other guys do. The guys towards the back have been able to pit first because that's when the safety car came out. Fresh softs for Max. Fresh softs for Irish. Argentina. Fresh softs for Groove. Fresh softs for Tango. It's going to have to be fresh softs, and then you're in a great position. You'll be sixth. You'll be sixth, I think. Unless Potstuff's pits as well, and you could be fifth on the fresh softs. So starting the back's not been the best idea. Well, wouldn't have been the best idea if you did it. So you definitely made the right call today. But Liam's in a great place. I think it's a shame for Liam in a way, because he did build up such a lead. It's going to be taken back now, but he'll be in the pits for softs. I'm sure all the top five will. Jake Lestay's put hards on to the end. I can only think that's a mistake of the game.
Oh dear. Right, so, next tyres is soft has got a mine, so hopefully it'll change mine to softs.
Softs for Liam. Oh, Treese's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pits. And that could cost him the race win, potentially. And Tommy's put hards on as well. Oh no. Or maybe he feels the softs don't go to the end. I don't know. Maybe he's done it deliberately. I can't see him doing that deliberately, but maybe he just feels the softs can't make the end. I'm not too sure, and I doubt that, but I think they should be able to. But Bradfield will come out, and I'll say, in a very healthy P6. Oh no, he won't. Oh yeah, he will. He should do, yeah. Jake Slayer behind on the hard tyres as well. McKenty's then in 8th on 3-lap old medium, so I don't think Bradfield will be challenged from behind too much either. Or as much as he'd love to be challenged from behind.
Oh.
Page puts the inters on.
Naughty boy.
Dylan in front of Potstuff and 4-lap old mediums in 3rd. Tommy on the hards in 4th, so there's opportunities for Dylan and Bradfield to gain places as well. Tree Slayer in 2nd with that 5-second penalty as well. So at the moment, Liam's looking good favourite to win this race with his pace he's had as well. But yeah, there's a podium up for grabs here. Tango's got a 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. Naughty, naughty Tango, what's he done? I'm not sure if he overtook the ghost of Page or what, but he's got a 5-second penalty. He needs to catch back up to the field. Knowlesy's in the pits then. I think I'll be soft to the end for Knowlesy. Yeah, I think is he a lap down, Knowlesy? I don't think he is, so he can quickly pit. He's put mediums on.
I've got like 14 laps plus green on fuel as well, so I just perfectly. So I did do 2 laps. I've done a lap down.
So Knowlesy staying out has caught up to the safety car bit, and now he's unlapped, so he can actually put a charge on the next couple of laps to catch up to the safety car. Sweet MJP and Page, unfortunately, are lapped, but they're still going, which we love to see, and they can go for the fastest lap point at the end. Irish News. Oh, Jake stays in the pits, so yeah, it must have been a mistake to put the hards on, because he's now going to pit and lose a load of places. Max is in the pits as well, and he's putting the intermediates on now. So he came in for fresh softs last lap, and now he's putting the intermediates on. Again, I can't help but think I don't see it personally. I don't see that. I wouldn't have done that, but Max is better than me. So, who am I to say? He comes out behind Page, but Page is a lap down, so we'll see how this goes. But I don't think it's quite ready for Inters. The track is a lot wetter, isn't it? The track is a lot wetter.
Yeah.
If it's going to dry up soon,
You've got to warm these tyres up.
everyone else in front, they've got to hold him up. And everyone else in front doesn't have to pit again as well. That's the main thing. Definitely not hard when the track is this cold. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm pretty sure that must have been a game error for Tommy and Jake, because yeah, it's a shame for Tommy up in fourth, because I think he's just going to get swamped now, especially in these conditions on the hards. Stupid game. George Page won't be happy with that either. Game letting Tommy down, unfortunately, at the moment. With no 3-second penalties, Tango might have 5 to be removed, depending on what that was for. If he serves it and then there's a safety car, there might be issues where he can't, but if he crosses the line with that penalty, then of course that can be removed. Softs can make it, St Kieran, absolutely. Bradfield's doing well. Yeah, that's what I say. He's done well from actually starting towards, well, the middle of the pack for once. I say it's not always about starting last. Don't get me wrong, there are tracks I start last all the time personally, just because I don't have much time to do other things, so I retire in pits and quali. It's 45 minutes for me to do some housework or coursework or whatever, and obviously starting at the back, no pressure, and sometimes it actually works really well. I've got a couple of podiums this season out of it. So like I say, there are some tracks that's not going to work for you. Netherlands, I think, well, I said it's not really one of them. I did 19th to 30 yesterday, but it was just carnage everywhere. Irish is back in the pits now. He's got 5 centimetres of speed in the pits again as well, and he's now sticking the inters on as well. He's changing his front wing as well, so he must have had a bit of an instant on that lap under the safety car. So maybe he's spun and thought, I can't do this. Knowlesy's back in the pits as well, and now he's putting softs on to the end. So complete mix. Jake Destay has had a collision with Page, even though Page is ghosting because she's been lapped. That's a strange one.
Well, that's a Jake the Slayer, that is.
Again, that's unfortunate for Jake, because if there's another safety car soon, he serves it, it might not be able to be removed. But I'm not quite sure how that's happened.
I just need to finish this race and get some points.
I wonder if the safety car will come in or not, because obviously it is coming in, so yeah. Knowlesy and Irish have really got a job in their hands to try and catch up, because we're in sector 3, aren't we? Liam's going to start to hold them up.
My tyres are fucking ice cold.
I bet everyone's
Can't warm up in the wets, yeah.
Just sliding everywhere, I think. Might see a couple of incidents here, I think, at the start. If I was Liam, I'd go right up to the checkered flag line. That's what I do a lot of the time. But even Liam's struggling just to keep the car going straight. Liam's gone. He's gone. I don't think he's got too much of a jump off Treesley. No, he hasn't. Watch all the cars they come through. Potstuff's had a great start. Potstuff's had a great restart. And is he going to go for it on Treesley down to turn 1? He's going to go down inside. No, he's not. He backs out of it. McKenzie on Bradfield. Bradfield squeezing him. Oh, and Bradfield nearly completely wiped McKenzie out. He's lucky there. Oh, and now Bradfield's hit into McKenzie. And Bradfield spun himself. Bradfield twice, then he crashed into McKenzie.
Fucking hell.
That's both times your fault. But in the end, justice is done. Sweet MGP's having a spin. He's a lap down. And McKenzie's going to try. Oh, I was going to say, Tango was trying it up the inside there, but look at this now. Chris McKenzie's been in the battles. He's 2.5 seconds off the top 5. Yeah, Bradfield, it's just a position in the car. Didn't leave the car's whip on the straight, and then unfortunately when McKenzie was there, Bradfield dived into him. But these conditions definitely don't help it. As Tango goes down inside McKenzie, it's like an ice rink. It is like an ice rink. Menace Max, I think, might be onto something here. I said originally he wouldn't be, and McKenzie's had a spin. There we go, McKenzie has had a spin now, after avoiding a couple of instances of Bradfield. Menace Max, oh, he's got to be careful. He goes into the back of Jake Destay. He's so quick at the moment. Knowlesy's had another spin as well, and Irish Potato might be able to gain up here on the cars in front, because it's all one big train. Max needs to get through. I don't think he's actually that much quicker. It's just a risk of spinning. That's what I mean. This being on the inters allows him to actually push through the corners a lot more. Groove Ninja's in the pits. I think he's going to go for the inters. What's Jeff saying on the weather now?
We didn't say anything at the minute.
Useless, isn't he? But Max gets past Jake Destay on the intermediates in P8. Now Max can try and push up. And the Inters will go to the end, and that's Knowlesy has had another spin, isn't it? Yeah, he's really struggled throughout this event today. Really unlucky with the damage he got from turn 1. McKenty's in the pits for intermediates as well. Yeah, Tango is gaining. Sorry, Max is gaining, isn't he? Max is gaining all the while on those intermediate tyres. He'll want a little bit more rain to come though, because it's still enough for the dry tyres to work, just about, isn't it? They're still going round. It's just the risk of spinning. Knowlesy's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Yeah, Page further back on the Inters. Sweet MJP's back there as well. He's still carrying on, which is lovely to see. We love to see that. But yeah, Max isn't actually gaining, is he? He's actually he's struggling. We've still got DRS as well, so it's not full wet yet. And I wonder if it's starting to dry up now. One, if the rain started to ease off, because we said it would be about this time in the race, and that the rain, it's not raining heavily at all, is it? So initially under that restart, you've got to remember the Inters, because it's not full wet, DRS now enabled. So it was disabled for a while, and now it's been enabled again. So Max comes in the pits, yeah, so it's dry tyres now. So Max has been done over there by Jeff, I think. But it's still raining, and now we have the DRS enabled. I never saw it be disabled, to be honest. But oh, that means nothing, does it? I'm talking shit. That's because it was 3 laps after the safety car. There's Knowlesy had yet another spin, I think, yeah. So ignore that, scratch that. DRS enabled. It's just because that was 3 laps after the safety car. It's nothing to do with the weather. It never was disabled because of the weather. But yeah, Max has decided against that now, hasn't he? He's come back out. He's come back out in 10th, mind you, so he's still in the points. It's just a lot further back, of course. Don't lose much time from pitting here. It's all down the straight, isn't it, the pit lane, so don't lose too much. Yellow flag this time. It's just Sweet MJP getting out of the way. He's had damage there. There's an end plate missing. Liam in the lead. 4 attempts ahead of Tree Slayer. Half a second now, with DRS still there, of course. Yeah, like I said, initially under the safety car restart, the Inters would have warmed up really quickly because it's not quite wet enough for them. So that's why they'd look good initially, whereas it was so hard to dry up the soft tyres in damp conditions. So that would explain why Max had a good restart and hasn't able to keep it up since. But Pot Stuff under pressure from young Tommy now, just behind. Yellow flag is for a red ball. Knowlesy's got another penalty spin in the pit lane. Groove Ninja's had a little spin, but Tommy down the inside in the hard tyres. Pot Stuff going to try and fight it back. He just hasn't got the grip on those old mediums, has he? In these conditions, Tommy takes P3. Look at Dylan and Tango though, just behind. Tango's got a 5-second penalty that might be removed. Is he going on the outside here? No, he's not. But Dylan and Tango look incredibly quick, and Tango's going to try and sneak up there. It was never really on, was it? He's not lost too much time from doing it. And Argentina in 7th. 3.6 clear with Jake in 8th as well. Bradfield still in 9th, so both Aston Martins on with a couple of points. Max is out. Oh, Max has just lost it. What's happened there?
Safety car. Ooh.
Knowlesy's been disqualified for parking in dangerous location. I'm not quite sure what that's about. But Max, that's such a strange place to lose it. We've got another safety car. And I wonder if anyone's going to pit now for fresh softs, because I think they'll go to the end. Don't know why Knowlesy got disqualified. Groove Ninja, I'm not quite sure what he's doing here either. But that's a strange place to lose it, wasn't it? It just looks like it went straight on. So Max, he's leading the standings, isn't he? He's a Premier League leader. He's just gone straight onto those barriers. I don't know if he's lost it and started sliding, but that's a strange place. And Pot Stuff does pit, yeah. He's really struggling, wasn't he? Argentina's in the pits too, so Bradfield left to stay out, I think. Yeah, he listened to me, otherwise he'd have been held up and he'd have lost the place. No, he wouldn't have lost any places actually, so he should have pitted. Very well.
No, that'll do.
He's got track position. It won't matter too much. He might have time to pit again, I'm not too sure. Cause I think Irish Potato's got a pit for softs, hasn't he?
I'm not going to bother.
So there you go, Irish Potato is in the pits. Groove Ninja's further back. If you pit, like I say, you've got your Pot Stuff and your teammate behind you. They'll overtake you easily. So you might be able to have a free pit stop here and just lose 2 places and go to 9th, which will gain you definitely gain out of that. I say Irish is still in the pits. Yeah, you'll easily get another pit stop free. Keep our eyes on this. Tommy Coulson Hard's in 3rd. He's got a hard job on keeping that, hasn't he? But it's difficult to overtake here. Yeah, Max out. Knowlesy disqualified, so poor race for Haas, unfortunately. Oh, you're starting to catch up a little bit now. Yeah, Irish New Potatoes 31 seconds off Argentina. The two cars behind you will swamp you because they're on fresh softs anyway.
Yeah.
Like I say, one of them is your teammate, so you're not going to fight that. So yeah, pit. Definitely pit for fresh softs if you've got fresh softs.
I have,
You won't lose any. You'll lose 2 places, which you're going to lose anyway. And Bradfield fighting Jacob Slayer there. He can't pit just yet. Just don't get a penalty speed in the pit lane. There we go. That'll be 9th for you. Liam is in the lead. Tree Slayer 2nd. Tommy 3rd. Dylan 4th. Tree Slayer has got a 5-second penalty. That will stand no matter what. 'Cause it was for speed in the pit lane, so we'll be gutted about that. Tango's 5th. Jake's 6th. We're not sure if their penalties are going to be removed or not. They've not come in to serve them, so they should be okay. I think that's why they've stayed out as well, because they know if they came in and served them and then it couldn't be removed, of course it'd fly them up to P1 if they got them removed now. If they had served them and pitted, it'd come out 5th and 6th. They remove them and put them up to P1, so of course that wouldn't be too fair on the others in front. Potstuff 7th, Argentina in 8th, Bradfield in 9th after that, well, like I say, incredibly cheap pit stop. Irish is in 10th on fresh soft tyres. Because the thing is, well, if you didn't pit, you'd then have Irish swamping you as well. You've got other cars behind on fresh softs too.
I need these points.
Sweet MJP's been lapped twice now, but McKenty's charging up to try and catch up to the field. A very small field we've got now as well. As I say, it's not been huge shunts or anything, has there? It's just been all individual incidents. Some drivers just haven't coped at all, have they? Starbust, I don't think, got on very well in these conditions. Sweet MJP's still going, isn't he? He's still going to go for that fastest at that point, but he's really struggled today, Sweet MJP. Paige is a lap down, but she's going for it. She might even get a point out of this, you never know. A couple more, make a mistake. Like Austria Champions League all over again. Soft saying happened to me. He used hers and lost it and tried to correct and slid. That would be my guess what happened. Yeah, possibly. But yes. Rare mistake from Max. I say rare mistake. He did make one early in the race, but really unfortunate for him. I'm sure Tango, although it's his teammate, will be thinking, oh, hang on, I've got something here. Top 3. Tango's in 5th. Irish New Potatoes in 10th. And Max is out. Great chance for Tree Slayer and Tommy to gain some points. Dylan as well, to get his first real good points tally on the board of a P4. I think he got 7th last week, didn't he? But so when you're up in P4, you know, a couple of them will do you throughout the season, won't they? Jake the Slayer in 6th. Not sure what the penalty's for, but he's got a job in his hand, isn't he? This is so interesting. The top 6 are all on. Liam's on 8 lap old softs. Tree Slayer 8 lap softs. 8 lap hards for Tommy. 8 lap softs for Dylan. 9 lap softs for Tango. 7 lap softs for Jake. And then there we go, all the fresh tyres for Pot Stuff, Argentina, Bradfield and Irish New Potato, all on fresh tyres. So those 4 there in 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, they won't be falling back.
It's so hard to overtake though, isn't it?
It is hard to overtake, especially in these conditions. But I say these conditions, it's stopped raining and the track is drying up.
It's feeling good.
So I think Pot Stuff is in a great position here. He's made mistakes before. Sometimes he's been too aggressive trying to overtake and he's made mistakes. Argentina in 8th, great chance for some points here over his teammate Bradfield. Doesn't cock it up for him.
He can take the
Irish New Potato in 10th. Obviously he'll be trying to charge up, especially knowing Max is out. Safety car is going to come in. Groove Ninja's in 11th as well. He's on 3 lap old softs and does have a penalty though, so he might not be pushing too hard. Safety car is coming in. Liam, who's favourite for the race, he's been leading the whole race, hasn't he? See when he goes. He's warming up his tyres. His Tree Slayer just focused on being close. He might not have enough warmth in those tyres, so if he just follows in a straight line. Liam's gone. Tree Slayer's read it like a book. But Liam's just got enough, hasn't he? I think he's just got enough, Liam. Tommy's struggling on the hard throw back.
Oh, what have I got that position back?
Don't give it back, you idiot. Go.
I had to.
Oh yeah, you did, yeah. You overtook Paige, didn't you? Oh, now you've just taken the Irish out.
Oh.
Bradfield's awareness, and Argentina's lost it as well, unfortunately. Irish New Potato McKenty fighting out in front. Yeah, you overtook the Ghost before, unfortunately. I don't know if Paige let you go or what, but
she did. It looked
get
like she did.
Get that reported.
But
because she can't. Yeah, I think she's only trying to let you through, but obviously you can't before the checker flag. See further in front. Great battle here between Groove Ninja and McKenty. Hopefully Paige moves out of the way. Oh, and that's going to affect him a little bit.
Fuck's sake.
Battle out in front though. Liam's 3 temps clear. Paige just needs to move to the side if she can. I know Ghosting is on, but obviously does affect the drivers driving through it. They can't really see their braking zone at all. As you can see, McKenty's not been able to see his braking zone there at all. But he is through now ahead of Paige. Irish Potato and Bradfield further back. Hopefully there's no damage driving, but Argentina, such a shame for him. He's got no front wing at all after that spin. And he looks pretty down in the dumps, doesn't he? But Trisa is catching up to Liam. That's the fastest lap of the race. 2 temps behind. He can't get that penalty removed, don't forget. Tommy in 3rd. Tango 4th. Dylan up in 5th. Then Jake the Slayer's in 6th. Potstuff needs to try and get past. But it's looking like some decent points for Jake the Slayer tonight, isn't it? Not sure if he'll have the penalty removed or not, but either way. Potstuff looking good to try and get past him. Mount the challenge at least. Tree Slayer's looking good to get past Liam, but he needs to extend 5 seconds, doesn't he? Or extend by 2 seconds and hope that Liam gets a 3-second penalty. But no 3-second penalties yet round here because it's so hard to get a penalty if you try. There's no real places where you can cut the corners or go wide. If you cut the corners or go wide, you end up in the wall most of the tracks, most of the time around here. Tommy need 1 more second to guarantee second. He should have second, shouldn't he? Tree says obviously got that 5-second penalty. A 1 more safety car to guarantee that second. Yeah, I think he'll be okay. I think Tommy will be okay. He's clinging on with that DRS. Liam's not pushing it too hard because he knows Tree Slayer's got that 5-second penalty. I think Tommy will be within 5 seconds of Tree Slayer without a safety car. Liam under pressure. I think when that DRS comes out, Liam's at the fastest lap of the race actually. When the safety car comes out, when the DRS is enabled, like it is this very second, as Potstuff gets past Jake the Slayer, expected move out. Jake just needs to back off. He shouldn't be fighting Potstuff. Potstuff's on much fresher tyres, and he's sensible and does the right thing. Irish has lost it. Bradfield up in the P10th lane. He takes that point. He's got to try and get past McKenty though, and then Groove Ninja's there as well in 8th, so it's still P8 on there for Bradfield, and even Irish who's just behind. But they're the only 11 drivers actually in the race now, really. Potstuff is in 6th. He's got to try and mount a challenge to the top 5, isn't he? Tango then, with that 5-second penalty likely to be removed. Trying to get past Tommy. Yeah, I think Tommy will be able to hold him off. It's just a matter of, he's falling outside, isn't he? He's falling outside of DRS. Now the soft tyres are really wearing though. They're being on the hards for Tommy. Each lap that goes by will be easier and easier because the hard tyres won't go off so much, whereas the softs will go off more and more each lap. Potstuff, he's not really getting up too quickly, is he? No soft tyres, he needs to try and close up a bit more. There goes Tango on Tommy. Look at the speed difference. Tango's got to go for this. He does go down the inside of Tommy. And is Tommy going to be able to fight it around the outside? He is going to try to. Tango's just about got it though. Tommy went onto the curb a bit too much. And Groove Ninja and McKenty are fighting further down as well. We'll go to this camera. We don't really go to this camera much, do we? I think McKenty's just about got it. And he's squeezing Groove Ninja and he's just about got it, I think. Yeah, he has. McKenty takes the place round the outside. Good move there from McKenty. Dylan then closing up to this battle now where Tommy is. Tommy's going to try and hang on to the DRS. Yeah, maybe Sloth was right. Maybe he does need. Maybe that 5 seconds will be difficult for Tommy to get to. I just thought these tyres would die off a bit more. But the Sloths are still pulling away every minute, aren't they? And Liam's under big pressure now. I don't know if Liam knows what the 5-second penalty's for that Tree Slayer's got though. So he might think there's a dodgy one under the safety car and fight this all the way. If he's listening to the stream, he'll know that it's a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit, so it won't be removed. If I remember rightly, I'm pretty sure it was. But Tango's closing up to this as well, and I don't know what his 5-second penalty's for. I think it might be one that's removed. So Tango's looking good for P2. Tommy's still on course for P3, but Dylan might want that. He might get it as well. Potstuff is still interested for it as well. This could go either way here, but there's 3 laps left. And Tree Slayer's going to go around the outside of Liam. Is he going to go for it? He's going to stick it. I think he might have this, you know, Tree Slayer. They're side by side. Liam's going to be on the inside. Tree Slayer's going to go down the inside now on the steep side, and Liam's on the outside as well. Goes over the blue stuff, and that's a great move. What an absolutely brilliant move that is from Tree Slayer. He takes the lead the race. Irish New Potato, I think he's retired in the pits. He has retired in the pits. That's 2 points off his tally, unfortunately for him, which won't help him. Obviously, Max has now pulled away further from Irish in the after DNFing, which is a shame for Irish. Not quite sure what made him do that. Tree Slayer, he's in the lead then. Liam in P2. Obviously, Tree Slayer with that penalty. And Liam still clinging on to DRS. There's only 2 laps left when they cross the line. First tree, so they try and pull out 5 seconds. I don't think that's going to happen somehow. Tango got past Tommy. Did we see that? Yeah, we did see that, didn't we? We did see that move. Yeah, of course. That was a while ago. God, I've only had 1 drink. Dylan in 5th then. Not really catching up to Tommy anymore, is he? Tommy's doing really well. I think at this stage the hards aren't too much slower than the softs. The softs at the front, the top 4 runners that were on the softs, they're all really struggling now. Potstuff in 6th. Can he try and close up to Dylan? At least get past Dylan for that P5. That'd be brilliant points for both of them. Jake Destays is going to be under pressure, possibly from McKenty soon, and Bradfield there as well. That P7 could still be on, depending on what that penalty for Jake is for. Don't know what Groove's penalty's for either, so when Bradfield crosses the line, it might put him up to 8th, but it might still be 10th. Does Liam know what Truesdale's penalty's for? If he doesn't know, he might push for it. Maybe he's in a party with Truesdale, maybe he does know. Maybe he's listening to the stream, but we really don't know. Come on, Tommy, saying Ramsell. Yeah, Tommy's not falling back at all, is he? Yeah, in fact, I think Tommy might be quicker at this stage than the soft runners. I think Tommy's the quickest driver in the top 5 now on these hard tyres. Honestly think he is. But there's a lap left when Truesdale crosses the line. And barring any sort of mistake, I think Liam's going to have to win here. DRS is open. It's not going to be close enough, Liam, to make a move. Truesdale does the fastest lap. That would be important. That would be a point for him then. Unless anyone else can beat it on the final lap. Someone towards the back might be able to. Tommy closes up to Tango, but not enough. We don't know what Tango's penalty is for, do we? It is a 5-second one, but we really don't know why. I think it said it. Ignoring yellow flag. Dylan's not going to challenge Tommy. He's too far back, but Potstuff can still challenge Dylan potentially. He's low on ERS though. Bradfield still trying to. He's on the back of this tail of this battle, isn't he? Trying to get past Groove Ninja. Groove Ninja's fallen back though, so he might have a chance, Bradfield, to get Groove in the DRS zone. McKenty's trying to challenge Jake to stay for P7. Potstuff still challenging Dylan, so we've got 3 different battles going on. There's the top 2 are battling, the next 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 2 are battling. So the 10 cars still in this race, all 2 by 2, as you can see on the map as well. But the one we've got to go all. Groove Ninja's taking that curve. Bradfield's got to go for this. Is he going to go for it on the inside? He's got to go for it, surely. He does go for it on the inside. Groove Ninja's on the outside. Oh, there's the wrong car, and Groove Ninja takes it. He's bottled it. We got to go on board with Truesdale and Liam. Truesdale's back across the line, but Liam on his return wins the Netherlands Grand Prix. Tommy goes up to 2nd. It says Truesdale's first. Potstuff up to 4th. Dylan in 6th. I don't know if Dylan's got a timing glitch or what, because I think it was ahead of Potstuff. McKenty's up to 7th. Jake in 8th, but he has got a 5-second penalty. Puts Bradfield 8th, but we don't know what Jake and Groove's penalties were for, so it could be 10th. Yeah, a couple of mistakes from you. We saw just side-by-side racing. You cost yourself.
Point at least.
Truesdale was for speed in the pit, so yeah, Truesdale, like I say, he gets P3 though. He clings on to that. I don't know actually, because Dylan, where was Dylan? How far ahead was Dylan? Because Dylan's got a timing glitch. I know that much. So yeah, I'm not too sure where Dylan's going to be. Oh, Tango's got 20-second time penalties. He's left the session. That's just to confuse things even more. Sweet MJP's got another 20-second time penalty because he's left the session. Oh, this is stupid. Bloody game. But Liam's the winner. Tommy's on the podium. We're not too sure about 3rd though. Jake's saying he's got 5 seconds being moved. Yep. See. Says it was for collision, I think Vintage did, so we'll see what it's for. It's given Jake driver of the day as well. Game's off his head. Tango ignoring yellow flags. Obviously they'll all get them in. We know that 20-second for Tango's ridiculous. But Liam's the winner. Tommy's 2nd. Yeah, it gave Dylan a timing glitch at the end. We know Tango's further up than that. It gave him 20 seconds at the end. Tango is I think Tango was 6th, wasn't he? Will my 5 seconds get removed? Saying Groove. Well, send an instant report and then we'll see what it was for. But yeah, Tango was up in 6th, I think. And then I'm not sure if Dylan, I don't know how much time is taken off him, but I think he was ahead of Potstuff, wasn't he? So Dylan could be on the podium here. It's either Dylan or Truesdale. We don't know, so we'll get Liam and Tommy in because we're not sure on who that 3rd position is for. Oh, what a race though. Lots of DNFs, but still a good quality race. Again, consistency gets Tommy on that podium, doesn't it? Oh, let's get them in. I'll have a quick look into the Discord as well to see if Dylan is saying anything about that penalty and what happened to him. But no, he's not said anything as of yet, so we'll see. We'll see what he has to say about that, because I'm sure there's some sort of timing glitch. If he can get it sorted now, obviously we can get him in the party and speak to him, which will be good. Anyway, join us. We have Tommy. Tommy on the podium again. Didn't have your teammate with you today, unfortunately, but you're up there on your own. Incredible battle. Did you put the hards on by mistake, or was that a silly Codemaster thing?
That was just a silly Codemaster thing, as always.
It paid off though, didn't
It
it?
didn't work out too badly
Yes,
in the end, did it?
it was surprisingly good, to be honest. Like, in the vet, it was awful completely. Like, the understeer was horrible. I had no traction at all. I was sliding for every corner.
Yeah, Super Max, I love it. I absolutely love it.
I'm only doing it because they said if you win the race, you've got to play it in the interview.
Oh, it's brilliant. In the Red Bull
I've
as
got to
well.
hold my end of the bargain.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. Are you in Verstappen's car as well, aren't you? That's
I
brilliant.
know, yeah. I got in the lobby as early as I could just to do that as well.
Oh,
A
unbelievable.
little bit sad, but
If I knew that, I'd have been cheering you on the whole race. Yeah, anyway,
Oh.
Tommy, you happy with that? You happy with that result? I suppose you got to be after the pit stop. That put you on the hards, but where do you think you've got yourself into that podium spot?
Yeah, to be fair, I think I could have got into a better chance to win the race maybe, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. Like, in the end, the hards really paid off. Like, in the last 3 laps, I really felt that they were getting better than the softs, and yeah, not sure where I could have ended up.
Anyway, well done to Tommy. I mean, obviously,
No,
Max
well done,
Max
mate.
DNF'd, Irish New Potato, retired in the pits as well, so he's really closing up now towards the top. But he's back. Liam back in the race, and he's winning them as well. Great race,
What a
Super
drive.
Max. How was that? You led first to last lap, didn't you? Every single
Yeah,
lap you led. Dominant.
no, Tree took.
Oh yeah, he did at
like,
the end, didn't he? Yeah, he
2
took
laps or
everything at the
whatever.
end. Yeah.
I was in a party with him and I was fuming about that.
Yeah, I bet. We
at
were
the Grand
saying we
Slam
weren't
thing,
sure
yeah.
if you knew what that 5-second penalty is for, but I presume obviously he told you it's been in the pits, so you knew not to
Yeah.
fight it too much.
Yeah, exactly. And Tango was coming up quite quickly as well. So when he went past, obviously I tried to fight it a bit, but I just thought I'd just stay in as DRS, and yeah, it worked out well.
Yeah, well, like I say, that Red Bull seat's available if you have the time. You're more than welcome to
would-
reserving it or take it whenever you can. But yeah,
I
have you been
would be up
practicing
for
this
that.
track, or have you been practicing?
Um,
Because you just seems
that-
a level above everyone else today.
That was the first race I've done Rando on this game.
Fucking hell.
I practiced it for the first time earlier this morning, and then did a few laps on like 15 laps on time trial.
Yeah, you
Um,
can fuck
I've-
off then, can't you?
I think I didn't know that's the first time, including last game as well, that I've used the mediums around there as well. Because I usually do soft hard, but because of the rain, I had to change it up, and they're all right. Mediums done well.
Oh,
Tree said he needs an invite to the party, by the way. He does want
Yeah,
to
I see. I'm just quickly trying to find out if I'm just going to see the time and Yeah.
Jake and Slayer can fuck off with that 5-second time penalty as well. Mad
So-
Brigade.
Dylan, because Dylan got a timing glitch at the end. Obviously, Teresa got the penalty. So I was quickly trying to see. Dylan has sent me. He's literally just sent me where it was. He was free. He crossed the line 3 temps ahead of Pot Stuff. And I look in the race results now. So 3 temps. Teresa did get that podium still by about 4 temps ahead of Dylan. So I didn't want to invite a third place. I weren't sure who it was, but now we know we'll get Teresa in and have a chat with him as well. But. Oh, he gave him 20 seconds at the end. Yeah, I bet it was between you all. Oh, yeah, he's got an invite. Yeah, Teresa is P3, vintage confirming. Yeah, he is. So, get him in and have a chat with him as well. But yeah, lots of incidents towards the start of the race. I don't know what happened to Theo, but I think that was the only huge smash up we had. Starbus obviously had a spin on his own as well, but yeah,
I'm
Treeso's
just glad
joined
there
us
was
as
loads
well.
of VSCs.
Is
I bet.
Evening.
How gutted are you of that 5-second penalty?
honestly, I've just had a really fun race, so I'm not all that gutted.
Oh, that's good to hear, mate. Obviously, enjoying it's the main thing, but yeah, again, your pace today is incredible. Another podium for you.
Yeah, I mean, last year's race have actually been kind of tough, especially Bahrain and Australia. So I'm actually really happy to be in the podium for now, at least.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, missed the first few races of the season, but now getting more points together. Definitely mounting a challenge towards the top as well. But yeah, how do you think your season's going overall? Do you getting on well the game?
Well, it's kind of been ups and downs because I was really enjoying the first race I did, that was Mexico. But in the other tracks, I just kind of didn't get the setup right. So if I get the setup right, I think I still have some solid pace, but I just need to get more practice in, I think.
Absolutely, mate. Well, you're more than welcome to reserve in other leagues if you have the time. But anyway, that's going to do us for tonight. Well, thank you to all the podium sitters for joining us in the commentary box as well. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone for the bits donated and that as well. Absolutely lovely to see.